is here. It's big, and it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello everyone and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino and Poker Forever, straight out of Bell Gardens, California. The first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen. I'm here with Dave Tuckman. It's Wednesday. We're going to be doing a 25-50 uncapped no limit game. We've got tens of thousands of dollars on the table, as well as Men the Master on the table. Yoshi Nakano, Mo, Gore, Jonas, Corporation Mike. It's going to be a blast, Dave, tonight.
Yeah, the game is going to be out of hand here.
Out of hand. So let's get right to it here. Let's get to the table and start introducing the table.
Seat one, we've got Christian. Christian is wearing the Poker Forever shirt there. See him there, he's got about $5,000. Seat number two is Mo. Action Mo now these days again.
Yeah.
Seat number three, we've got Gore, folks.
There's Gore, yeah.
And
Live at the Bike favorite.
Yeah, and he's playing a big game for himself. I mean, he hasn't played this big in a while. Let's see how he plays tonight. Seat number four, we've got Mike, and no game is big enough for him, huh?
Yeah.
Mike has been, he is pure action, but I really like his game. See how he plays tonight. And in seat number five, we have the 2005 Card Player of the Year, folks, Men the Master.
There he is.
Small in stature, but big in poker.
Going to be interesting to see how he plays in the cash game, Dave.
Yeah. And seat number five, we've got Bonnie Damiano.
Seat six.
Seat number six, thank you. Bonnie there. She actually is I think she used to run the poker tournaments over at the Four Queens
interesting.
in Vegas down on Fremont Street. And she's actually works with Poker Forever right now. Also wearing the shirt. Seat number seven, we've got Yoshi Nakano. Yoshi's not sitting down right now, but he will be there in a second.
Yep.
Seat number eight, that's Alan. Anybody who knows Live at the Bike knows Alan, and there he is, folks. And seat number nine, one of my favorite players to watch in this game is Jonas. There he is. Real solid player.
Yep.
Might be the best player at the game.
Yep.
We'll see.
And we are going to get into the first hand of the night here. Looked like there was a little bit of a raise pre-flop. Ace, Queen, 9 here on the flop. Couple diamonds. Looks like Mo has got Ace, Jack here on the button. It gets checked to him, and he bets out with top pair, and he's going to take it down. Well, a couple things going on here tonight, Dave. Of course, we are sponsored here by PokerForever.com tonight. You can go to PokerForever.net and check their site out. They hold daily $400 free roll tournaments every day at 2 and 8 Eastern time. Again, Poker4, the number 4, ever.net. They also have a $600 free roll tournament every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. You need to get 40 raked points in 24 hours before that tournament starts. So that's probably something like 40 or 50 hands.
That's pretty cool.
In the day.
I like their little slogan
Forever.
here. Brush your teeth, take your vitamins, and win real money every day without buying in.
There you go.
Okay.
And Christian, Bonnie, and Men the Master all representing Poker Forever. Well, Jonas is going to come in for a raise here with the gap-suited connector. He's got 10-8 of clubs. And it looks like Christian's going to smooth call here with Ace-Queen offsuit. Men the Master's got 8-5 there in the small blind. He's not going to play. We're going to take this heads up. Well, obviously, Jonas, very, very experienced, no limit. He's playing this hand out of position. See how this one goes.
Well, he's got top pair.
Yep, 10-9-5 here. Ace-Queen is totally whiffed. And Jonas is going to lead for 500 here. And Christian, from what I've seen of him, Dave, I've played with him a couple times. And we've seen him on the show once or twice. He's really, really tight.
Yeah. I mean, the way that hand hit down, you wonder if Jonas had missed completely.
Right.
Basically, as long as Christian misses,
right,
Jonas is probably going to take that hand down.
Again, we're playing 25-50 no-limit hold'em. The chips that we use in this game, purples are $25 chips. White chips are $100 chips. Big green ones are thousands, and light purple ones are 5,000. And Men the Master, we're going to get a chip count in here probably in the next 10 minutes or so. I think he's got about 12,000 in front of him, Dave.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
I know Yosh has bought in for about 12.
Yep. Of course, Yosh people are familiar with the old Wednesday whale game.
Yosh Nakano, one of the best cash game players in the world. at least in mixed games. I'm not sure about no limit hold'em. But,
Now, Jonas is limped in here with king, queen offsuit. Christian's going to come in with jack 10 of spades here. And it's going to get limped around here, it looks like. And we're going to see a flop here. It's a $200 pot pre-flop. Well, it's missed everybody.
yeah, nut no pair for Christian. He's still got the best hand.
Yep.
Actually, I take that back. I'm sorry, Jonas with nut no pair with king queen, and he's got the best hand.
Well, the turn's a 3 of hearts, and Men's going to come out and bet from early position. He picked up a flush draw, and that's probably going to do it right there.
Yeah.
Everybody missed. And he's going to take it down.
Pick up some easy money there.
Yep.
We like to keep the show as interactive as possible, so please email us.
That's right.
live@thebike.com. You can email us any questions, concerns, criticisms, or whatever you might want to say.
That's
If
right.
you want to say hi. You can also follow a live thread at the 2+2 forum. Go to 2plus2.com, click on forums,
Yep.
click on World Poker Tour and other events.
Yeah,
Those are
actually,
changing.
2+2 has got a whole totally new revamp here as I looked at it here. It's actually a drag down box. If you actually go over to Tournament Poker under the forums,
Yeah.
it's under World Poker Tour, etc. Kind of funny because we're not Tournament Poker, but that's where we are.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're there.
Live the bike here,
I mean,
March 8th.
why would this not be a no limit high stakes?
Corporation Mike here is going to bring this one in here for, looks like, 250 with 6-4 offsuit. And Men the Master's got big, slick offsuit. He makes a smooth call. And Yosh comes in with 9-7 offsuit in the blind.
Pot is now $800, folks.
Mike, extremely laggy player. And Men's flop trips. King, King, 5. It's rainbow. Let's see how he's going to play it.
You see, that's why he's card player of the year. He knows how to flop trips.
And look at this. Mike is going to make a nice little $500 bet here into an $800 pot. It's a $1,300 pot. Let's see how Men's going to play
Might
this.
you just smooth call this and let the opponent, I mean, especially, I don't know if he knows Mike as well as we know Mike.
Right.
But might you just smooth call this and let Mike keep betting?
Well, he's going to raise it up here 8 more. The funny thing is that, I don't know if we're going to see, we might get some new viewers in here tonight because I know there was a lot of information going around about the possibility of how big this game was going to be and such. We usually are a proponent of fast playing. I mean, ace king here, you're raising not necessarily because you feel that your hand needs to be protected, but you're actually raising to deceive.
Yeah.
People over slow play hands because they think they're deceiving, but when you actually play it the opposite, oftentimes that wins you the most money.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play men made. Against Mike, though, in position against Mike, there's a good chance that Mike's got nothing.
Yeah.
Like there, he had 6 high. So sometimes against Mike, you can smooth call and let him bluff more.
Because let me throw something out at you. If Mike had 10s, jacks, queens, or aces, he might still continue on with the hand, even to a raise
He
on
might.
the flop, Again, because you don't necessarily put men on a king there when you raised it up. Mo's going to bring this one in for 200. He's got ace, king off suit. Now, Gore's going to muck king, queen off suit, trouble hand there, and C3 gets away from him.
Gore's an experienced no limit hold'em player. Gore would sooner call that with 6-5 suited than king queen off.
But Allen's in there with pocket 3s, and Jonas has got pocket 6s. And we're going to see a flop here.
How about ace 6-3?
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Well, there's the ace. Oh, no one hits a set. It's going to get checked over here to Mo. See if he throws a pot-sized bet in here. It's about a $600 pot. He's going to bet 400 here, Dave. And he's going to take it down there. And again, oftentimes we talk about pocket pairs. Obviously, the implied odds are there, but so many things have to happen. I mean, you have to hit your set, but Mo would have to hit an ace or a king there as well, right? And I think actually the best thing that can happen with a pocket pair against an ace-king is probably flopping, say, bottoms full of aces. Maybe something like that. Ace 6-6, ace 6, maybe something like that.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's some sort of unconnected board, or
Yeah.
I mean, against Jonas, you might get the action anyway because Jonas gives enough action that he might get action.
Right.
Button is in seat 7, by the way.
Yep.
That's Yosh. Small blind is Allen, $25. Big blind is Jonas. And under the gun is Christian. He's not going to play. Mo's not going to play. Gore's not going to play. Action is on Mike. And Mike's not going to play. Wow.
Well, king, queen here in the small blind for Allen. Now, Yosh, we can see the queen of clubs. He's going to make it one. He actually made it 225 with queen 7 offsuit, and Allen made a call in the small blind here. Allen has Yosh dominated.
Yeah, but if they both players miss, though, Yosh has got position.
Yeah, he's probably going to go check, bet, fold, right? Well,
Well,
Yosh actually outflops him, 8,
Yeah.
6, 7.
And now Allen obviously is a big underdog here.
Now, Yoshi's bet 200 here, and oftentimes people, again, that aren't familiar with the show, Alan might just call for the hell of it here. You wouldn't understand why. He doesn't this time. I mean, maybe not with King High, but say, Dave, we've seen that with Ace Jack before, right?
Yeah. We've seen times where he has Ace Jack, the flop comes out King 7-3.
Right.
You know, Rainbow, and he's got Ace Jack offsuit, and he calls.
Right.
You're going, what? Kind of makes you look twice.
Button moves over here to Alan in seat 8. That's Alan, as we say.
Yeah.
Dave, it was interesting. Before the show, we did a little bit of a roundtable segment that will be up on the website pretty soon, right?
Mm-hmm. We did. It's
Answered some email questions.
keep those questions coming in, folks, because we might answer your question in our roundtable.
And it's official, Dave. We are no longer props here anymore. So we're going to be doing a lot of extra features and stuff that we're going to have on the website. It's official.
Wow. There you go.
Yep. Bart, don't call me Prop Hansen. We had a live straddle
When we
there.
first started doing the show, a couple people would criticize us going, man, these guys are just mid-level props anyway.
Right. Live straddle here, and it was by, I think it was by Gore, and it got limped around in the straddle.
Well,
Queen
Jonas has
4-3.
got the best hand here.
Well, Gore's going to come out and lead with Queen 6. Now, Jonas checked the Queen Jack from up front. Let's see. He's going to make the check call, and maybe he's trying to figure out, maybe Gore will give him a card. Maybe, Gore might check this down twice here. Well, the turn's a heart. Let's see if somebody can represent now.
Yeah, both players have top pair. I think both players think they don't need to bet.
And look at this. The straight card comes for Gore. He doesn't even know it. And now he turns over. He said Queen. The river was a 5.
I didn't even see it.
And he said, I didn't even see it. I would have bet.
Yeah. There you go. Jonas gets sucked out there. Now, it's interesting. Gore and Jonas used to be really, really good friends way back in the day. Old school Live at the Bike, probably almost over a year ago, right around February, March of last year. These two would often be guys that we would see in the 5-10 game. I think they might have had a little bit of a falling out. I don't know how close they are now.
Well, I think they're buddies again. I think whatever problems they did have, they resolved.
Yeah. Button moves over here to seat 9. Corporation Mike is going to straddle it up here out of seat 4.
Sometimes if you're playing poker with good buddies, sometimes, that money thrown around, people take it personal. You can't take it personal. I mean, hey, if you take $3,000 from me in a pot, so be it. It's poker.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
This is really kind of a weird, interesting, whatever you want to call it, 2+2, like kind of surfacing, or just kind of, I was like, wow, look at that, just all of a sudden. Yeah, apparently, Dave, we had gotten a little bit of some PMs here. Well, I'll get to this in a second here. Limped around.
Yeah, $150 pot, folks. Jack 9-5, couple of diamonds.
Gore's going to come out and lead with second pair here with Queen 9.
He's got the best hand.
Yeah, I don't think he was just going to get involved here. No. We had been PM'd by a couple of the regular big-time posters in the high limit, no limit section.
Yeah.
Talked to them a little bit and said apparently a couple of them were planning to get here, and we got word that Men the Master was going to be in the game, and these guys just aren't here. They just never came.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know really.
I was PMing one of them, and I was saying, hey, we'll do a little interview, we'll get you on the air and so forth.
Right.
But they did not show up, so or at least they're not here right now.
Men the Master is going to actually be leaving around 9 o'clock. We do have a board for this game, so maybe those guys might come in. I don't know. They were coming in from out of town.
Yeah, we've got a big board, though. I mean, we'll probably have 2 25-50 games going tonight.
Yeah.
We got a raise here from
Bonnie.
A raise in early position with Queen 10 offsuit.
Queen 10 offsuit. Jonas is going to call here with Jack 9 of diamonds. And how about this? You got Queen 10 offsuit. You're out of position against Mo and Jonas and Mike that have all called your hands.
Good luck, Bonnie.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go to the flop. 7-4-3 here.
Well, Mo, I think, has the best hand right now.
Well, Mike is going to come out and bet with bottom pair 600. Let's see how Mo's going to play this. He's got top pair. I mean, this isn't necessarily what you're looking to hit with 7-8 here, but against Mike, you might think it's the nuts.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's playing the player, not his cards.
Begging me to lay down that.
And I think he's actually going to lay it down there, Dave.
Wow.
Well,
I'm shocked.
Well, I mean, you know what, though? I mean, even though it's against a player like Mike, I mean, would you really have got involved with that hand against Mike? I mean, aren't there better spots to pick? I mean, that's what we talk about. I mean,
I
most
don't
of the
know if
strong
there's better spots. I have top pair against Mike.
with an
It's a pretty good
eight-kicker.
spot.
Right. You know, there's just, I mean, you're Mo. You know you're pretty much the best player at the table. And there's just weaker spots to pick on, I think, in that spot.
I mean, hey, I'm not one to give away money, okay? And if Mike wants to give me money, I'm going to try to take it.
And actually,
I might call him one time, see where I'm at. I might raise him one time, see where I'm at.
Congratulations to Yoshi Nakano. He actually made the final table of an untelevised circuit event at was it Rincon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Southern California, actually. 10K World Series of Poker Circuit tournament. He came in 7th place.
Now, Yoshi Nakano has brought this one in for a raise, an early position with Ace King, and Allen's caught with Ace Jack. Allen's dominated here.
Uh-oh. Ace comes, he's in trouble.
Yes. John.
5-3-3. Gore's excited about a couple of threes there out on the board.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Gore gets excited about the silliest things sometimes. He sees threes, he gets excited. I don't understand it.
Well, Yoshi makes the continuation bet. And, you know, I love Allen, Dave. But, I mean, this is great for us to do commentary on this table. But there are a lot of good players on this table. I think Allen's a bit overmatched here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I love Allen,
The
but
funny thing is, oftentimes if you're playing, when Allen's playing in a 10-20 game,
Right.
there's usually 3 or 4 players in the game that don't really know what they're doing.
yeah.
This game, though, man, it's a lot of good players here. And look, we got our first chip count of the night. Almost $40,000 on the table, folks.
Yep. So this is going to be our reference point right here. And we'll keep an eye on that. And remarkably, you know, men seem to have been playing pretty tight so far. So, you know, it's always interesting to see these tournament players playing cash games.
I got to buy him a 6-pack of Corona then.
5 minutes. I got over 191.
Mike is going to open raise here on the button. He's got 9-5 offsuit to 200. And even, you know, if men continues to play a little bit tight, and he's got Bonnie in the blind, he's in a great spot there on that button. Because he can basically raise it up, not necessarily to steal the blinds, but just, you know, if you get a call and they miss, he's going to take down every
Mike.
single pot. Yeah, Mike. Yes,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, it's funny. We always talk about position, and a lot of times players want to be to the left of a maniac. I actually like to be to the right. I like to be in Gore's spot at this table here.
Yeah.
Because I can limp in with some of my big hands.
Are you calling Mike a maniac?
Yeah, he's somewhat of a maniac, but I'm saying Mike is kind of a controlled maniac, but Mike will raise so often in the on the button. So I can limp in with some of my big hands. He'll raise, I can see how the whole table reacts, and then I can...
Oh, wow. Mike's got ace, king of diamonds, and he just limps in from the cutoff, and then Win has aces, and Mike thinks he's going to pull the limp re-raise here. Mike has trapped himself. He's limped into the cutoff with ace, king is suited, and then Win's got aces.
You know, but it's already heads up. He might not do this, though.
Well, you're right. He's going to, you know, he still might think he's trapping here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's going to be a $550 pot to the flop.
Oh, no. That's
Wow.
king.
King, queen, 9 here.
Pretty
Neither player
bad
have
flop.
spades.
Yeah, pretty bad flop for men, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, we were just talking about this actually on the inside straight.
That's right.
A flop like this, king, queen, 9 of spades, man, that is not a good flop.
And men chooses to check the flop. The turn is a 10. It just gets worse and worse.
Oh, this might get checked down the whole way.
Check, check again.
Well, this is just an awful board, folks.
And the river's is 7. And it might just get checked down the whole way. No, that's no good, Mike. Ben Win's got aces.
Send the pot to men. Thank you.
You know, again, you know, I really think I love Mike's game, and I think sometimes he thinks that I don't like his game, but I do like his game. But again, he drives me crazy. You know, and it makes me pull out my hair. He does it a lot less than he used to do it, Dave. But I just don't know why, if you're Mike, would you open limp in the cutoff to ace king
I got to disagree with you. I like the fact that he does it once in a while.
Just once in a while?
I like that. If you raise every single time you have ace king, well then
I would agree with you if it was up front, Dave.
It doesn't make a difference.
You don't think it makes a difference
No.
in the cutoff?
Okay, I'm going to throw this at you. If you know that Mike will always raise ace king in the cutoff seat, well then you can dismiss that as a hand possibly later on. if you're in a tough position to call him. Well, now you know that Mike might just do that 1 out of 5 times.
We've got 4-way action here, limped around. 9-4 deuce. Mike is open-ended with 3-5. Gore's going to come out and bet here with pocket sixes, and Mike calls with a straight draw.
And he's open-ended with a backdoor diamond draw.
And we're heads up. Gore against Mike. Well, now he picks up a flush draw.
Now this is interesting. If Mike plays the semi, if he plays the semi bluff here hard, he can probably take it down.
Well, Gore bets 400, and Mike just calls again here. We've got about a $1,200 pot to the river. The river's a 9. Mike whips.
Yeah.
And let's see if he's going to bluff at it. Gore checks. Mike is not going to bluff at it. He gives up.
I think Gore checked that to induce the bluff.
Oh, I knew. Look at that. I said if a 6 comes, I knew, Mike. 6 comes where? Then you're in trouble. Yeah, I know.
I tell you, I really think Gore checked that river to induce a bluff for Mike, and if Mike bluffed there, I think he was going to get called.
Yeah.
I do think that.
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? I mean, hey, if Mike is always limping in with ace-king, hey, then I'd hammer him as much as you do.
But the point, the reason why I'm saying that is because his aggressive style lends himself to why, if you're raising with 9-5 offsuit, why not raise with ace-king there, too?
I think he just wants to keep that unpredictability about him. You never know what he has. He limped in, he could have ace-king. He raised, he could have ace-king. He limped in, he could have deuce-4. He limped in, he could have, he raised, he could have 9-5. You never know what he has.
Now, what about, you wouldn't like an open limp in the cutoff with kings or aces, though, would you?
I think you're asking for trouble there, but yeah.
Just the fact that it's almost like a psychological thing. Yeah.
Hey, maybe 1 out of 10 or 12 times. Not often, though.
So you're just trying to, just purely to mix it up, try to keep your game
You got to think
changing.
about it. Mike plays with a lot of these same players day in and day out. He's got to mix his game up a little bit. Otherwise, the good players like Jonas and Mo and Gore are going to know his patterns. They're going to know exactly what he has all the time.
Bonnie raised here, 200. Queen 4 diamonds. She's going to take it down.
A little cut-off steal.
Dave, in a couple, I think maybe in 10 or 15 minutes, you're actually going to be doing an interview out on the floor with men. And we're going to be hearing a little more from Bonnie about what's going on over at pokerforever.com.
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
Rattle. I'll just go over there donating the money.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, boy? What's going on, man? How are you?
It's always interesting, Dave, when I forget my glasses, I have to wear my sunglasses in here. I feel like a total idiot in a dark room.
I think you look cool. I really do. You're cool. You can't spell cool without Bart. Right?
Live straddle here by Gore. And Gore's picked up pocket 10s in the straddle spot. And Christian's got ace-queen suited. And Christian just calls here, Dave.
Wow. Open call.
And now Mo's going to raise. Mo figures, there's dead money in here.
350 more.
Yeah, that's a pretty kind of a weak play with open call there with ace-queen.
How about a re-raise with Gore here?
He's just going to call.
See, I would love a re-raise here from Gore, but oh, wow.
And now Mo has got to know that Christian must have something pretty decent.
Yeah.
Over $1,000 pot here, 3 ways. Wow, Christian has flopped the nut club draw with overcards, and Mo's going to continue on, and Gore's got an overpair to the board.
Well, the problem, though, is how does Gore know where he's at? I think he's going to raise it up and see, though.
Yep. Mo bets here, 400, and Gore makes it 1,500 to go, and it's back over to Christian. You can see here, he's favored.
Now, remember, the pot was $1,200 pre-flop, okay?
Uh-huh.
Mo put a little baby bet in there to see where he was at.
Right.
And Gore put in a real raise there. The pot is now
$2,800. It's actually a $1,200 raise by Gore.
Now, what do you do? Is your hand strong enough if you're Christian here to re-raise almost all in?
I think that you might even be able to represent a 9 here. I mean, you could re-raise all in. And if someone didn't have a 9, I don't even think that they might not even call with an overpair.
Now, the only
never
question here is, now Christian did not raise in the cutoff seat. I'm sorry, in the
small
small
blinds,
blinds.
right.
In a raised pot. Would he do that with an overpair? Would he do that with jacks, queens, kings, races?
But I'm saying Christian could easily check raise all in here, and I think there's no way I don't think Gore would make that call. I mean, the only thing that Gore could ever hope for, again, you put a guy in a range of hands, would be if he had overcards and a flush draw, in which case Christian would still be favored.
Yeah.
And then those other times that he has a 9, or possibly, like you say, kind of fishy, maybe a higher overpair.
I don't put him on a 9, though, because why would he call $400 with a 9 in his hands? 10-9, 9-8? I mean, the way
10-9 suited, 8-9
the way
suited.
Christian's played it so far. I mean, I'm just wondering that. I mean, I'd probably put him on overcards in a flush draw, but God, I mean, it's still probably the right play for Christian.
And the funny thing, too, is for Christian, if he actually, there's two ways of playing it. He could have check raised big with the big semi-bluff. If he actually led right in to the pot, too, if he led there with the big semi-bluff, Mo would easily fold. It would put kind of Gore in a tough spot, wouldn't it? I mean, does it almost seem like maybe he's almost has 7s or 8s there? That's got to be a possibility that's running through your head, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just an odd play because he's in a small blind in a straddle pot and
Right.
he did not raise.
Right.
So you're going, well, he probably doesn't have an overpair to my 10s.
But again, though, as you get more and more advanced, and not necessarily in that case because of that pre-flop information that you had, 10s are only 10s on that board. You can't beat a 9, and you cannot beat the higher overpair. You have to think that.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Now, if he had limped in early position, it's a different
Right.
case because he could definitely limp in early position with jacks, queens, kings.
Live straddle here by Men, and Men's flopped a set. He checked it, and Gore's got top pair. And it gets checked over to Men, and he's going to bet. He checked it in the straddle spot. He bets 150. And look at this. Gore here is going to check raise with a weak jack, and Men's got bottom set here. How is he going to play it? He's got a smooth call, and we've got a $1,200 pot to the turn. Turns an 8. Well, Gore really doesn't have a strong hand.
No, he's picked up more outs, though. He gets a 5 here. He's going to win this pot. He needs a 5 and only a 5 here.
Gore checks, and Men puts out a tiny little, look about a half pot size bet here, it's 600. Now Gore can only catch a 5. A jack would be no good, and a 6 would be no good. And Gore is gonna make the call here, and here we go to the river. The river is a 10. It's a third diamond.
That is a terrible card there.
Yeah, and this one's just gonna go check, check. And the funny thing there too is that if you're Gore, can you represent something there on the river, whether it be diamonds or maybe possibly Jack 9 or 7 9, 8 9, something like that?
I mean, the 10 of diamonds has got to be one of the worst cards there.
Right.
I mean, on the turn, the 8 actually completed, say, a 5-6 straight.
Right.
And a 9-10 gut shot. The 10 on the river just completes so many other hands, especially with diamonds. And Men the Master takes another one down.
A couple emails here.
And that was about, I want to say about $2,200 pot, right?
Yep. Vince Klein emailed us. Thank you for the email. He says that flushes seem to hit more often than straights do. We had a little raise here by Jonas with Ace Queen. No one called. Might this be contributed to people more readily playing suited cards rather than, say, 5-6 offsuit or much more 5-7 offsuit? Just a thought. Well, you actually have better chances to hit a straight than you do to have a flush, right?
Well, that's what he's saying, but it,
Right.
but it seems like there are more flushes than straights.
Again,
Well,
you
we can count tonight and see how many flushes and straights we have.
You can email us again at live@thebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions. As always, we appreciate the information.
4 players.
4 players limped around. We got a $200 pot, folks. Flop is King, 9, Ace, 2 clubs.
200.
And
Jonas is going to come out and bet here with the gut shot to the jack. He bets 200. It gets checked to him. It looks like he's going to take it down. Men does not get involved here with a weak king.
yeah, I don't mind that at all. I mean, Men's got King 7. What can he be except a pure bluff? And you know what? Even if Jonas is doing a semi-bluff with, say, clubs or straight, you still don't know where you're at.
Dave, every time I'm in the commentary booth here,
Yeah.
it's like I'm in some sort of biosphere experiment. I mean, the temperature ranges from 85 degrees, and then it will shoot down to 60 degrees, like 5 minutes later, and then it'll move back up to 85. A second ago, I was hot, and now I feel the thing dipping down again. It's amazing. The button moves over here to Corporation Mike in seat 4.
Well, Poker Forever gave us these shirts, and they're nice
They're
shirts.
nice, yeah, cool.
But they're like paper thin.
Well,
300.
we got a $300 raise here by Mo with Ace King.
Now, Jonas is limped in. No, I'm sorry. Jonas is actually in the blind with jacks.
Yeah, let's see how Jonas... And we covered this as well, Dave, on our
Ooh.
round table. And he makes a smooth call. And Yosh is in there with Queen 5 offsuit. Wow. And the flop comes 10-9-9. We covered this exact situation in our round table today. Let's see how Jonas plays it. He checks this flop. I was going to say, if you're going to play jacks this way, would you come out and bet the flop here on a ragged board? Well, it gets checked around to Mike, and he bets 1,000. And let's see what Jonas is going to do. Mike bets 1,000 here.
Now, it's a scary board, but with Jonas having 2 jacks in there, he does have that kind of blocker for the straight.
He is going to check raise here, Dave.
And he's in great shape. I mean, he's got everybody else dominated.
He's going to move all in here, Dave.
Wow.
Well, Mike didn't necessarily have all that much.
And Jonas takes it down.
Yep.
And you know what? I like the play there because Mike can't call unless he has a 9. I mean, Jonas is actually representing a 9 there, isn't he?
Right.
Jonas does not show. Takes down about a $2,200 pot there. Once again, we're live at the bike, folks. I'm David Tuckman here with Bart Hansen, and you're watching No Limit Hold'em. Blinds are 25 and 50. This is an unrestricted buy-in game, and we've got 2005 Card Player of the Year, Menda Master in seat 5.
Yep. We're sponsored by PokerForever.net. Poker, the number 4ever.net. Check it out. If you use the deposit code BIKE, you get a 40% deposit bonus, Dave.
Yeah.
Check it out.
BIKE.
Limped around here, Queen, 3-7, couple hearts.
50.
And Jonas is going to bet 150 here with pocket sixes. Menda Master calls with 5-6. He's got a gut shot here. And Yoshi's on a flush draw. He makes the call. But Jonas has the best hand. Well, the turn's a deuce here. And that changes nothing. It gets checked to Jonas. Is he going to fire again here, Dave? He does. He's going to bet about a $400 bet. It's like about a half pot size bet. Now again, Men was chasing the gut shot to the 4 there. And there were 2 hearts out there. Again, that can be dangerous. You know, if the 4 of hearts came, his hand would have been no good.
And how is Yoshi going to play this now?
I know. Just want to let you know.
And Yoshi's, I mean, he's not in as bad shape as you might think here. Any heart or a 9 is
Right.
good for him.
He's going to get away from it, and that's not a bad play. I mean, you're going to just check call with a dry flush draw out of position.
You got to also think about if the flush card comes, is Jonas going to pay me off?
Right.
Interesting little post here from Baron Vanger Toth over on 2+2. And he's talking about Yoshi Nakano's accomplishment coming in 7th place. And he's talking about, is it really even worth it playing those big tournaments that aren't televised these days? I'm not sure.
Well,
I
you
have
know,
to agree with him.
the big-time poker players out there that make most of their money from cash games,
Right.
like a Barry Greenstein, Daniel Negreanu, they only play tournaments that have exposure because I don't think it's the money. They're not playing for the money in the tournaments. They're playing from those endorsements that come on the side of being on television.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that, I mean, if you win a big tournament and it's not televised, you got to pay taxes on that. You got to, X amount of days and so forth. You almost need those extra endorsements and so forth to make it worthwhile.
We got a $300 raise here on the button here by Bonnie with pocket 4s. And I'm surprised, you know, Yoshi's going to call here with King 10 of hearts in the small blind. That surprises me.
And that's going to bring Jonas in.
Yeah, I like Jonas's hand here with the Jack 9 of clubs. $900 pot here, actually a $1,000 pot. Let's see if Bonnie can continue to bet here. If she bets here, oh, she's going to check, Dave. It looked like it checked around.
I know.
The turn's a Jack now. Let's see if Yoshi now is going to lead with the King.
I love
You know, if Bonnie bets that flop, I don't think either player can call, right?
Not really, no.
And it gets checked over to Jonas, and he bets now with the Jack.
And this is the question now. What is,
And Yoshi isn't even going to get involved with this hand. Again, you know, I don't really know what he was in there with King 10 suited for against, you know, a person like Bonnie raising.
yeah. We've seen him call some question, well, you're wondering if he's fresh off the tournament, he's kind of still playing that tournament mentality, because we've seen him now calling raises with Queen 5 off.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was. I mean, I think sometimes Yoshi might play those types of hands where maybe if it gets in showdown, he wants everybody to know that he can still gamble, and he's not necessarily always in there with the nuts.
I guess so.
You know?
I mean, sometimes if you play a tournament straight for 5 or 6 days,
Yeah.
it's hard to get that out of your head.
Everybody play a tournament, they love it.
Ace-King for Bonnie this time.
She's going to raise it up here to 300, same raise that she did with pocket 4s last hand. Now, Jonas has got Ace-10 suited here in the small blind. Let's see if he gets involved. This is really, really interesting. Just this pre-flop decision.
And the funny thing is, again,
And he does not get involved.
yeah, he's not getting involved. It's funny, I wouldn't have been surprised if he called, only because he was calling her raise. You know what I mean? It's Bonnie there, and you figure, well, if Bonnie misses, she's going to check, and maybe I can take it away on the turn.
Well, I mean, yeah, if the flop comes out deuce, deuce, 5, and it goes check, check, and the turn's an 8, well, now Jonas bets the turn and takes it down.
Exactly.
Right? Not necessarily in there off the strength of his hand.
Although that sometimes gets good players in trouble. I mean, I myself get in trouble sometimes where I feel like I can always outplay people.
Right.
C3.
Button's going to move over here to C8. We're going to say goodbye to Dave for a second here. He's going to go out there. And I think on Men the Masters blind, he is going to do some interviews.
500.
Jonas is going to raise it. It got limped around. He's got big slick suited in the small blind. He makes it 500 to go here. Well, Gore is in the hand. We can't see what he has, but he's going to get rid of it. And Gore has actually exposed an ace here, which is really bad for Jonas. So Jonas knows one of the aces are dead, and Bonnie's going to make the call with pocket sixes. $1,200 here going heads up. Well, pocket sixes has an overpair, and Jonas is going to continue to lead strong. He's going to bet 1,000 here. He's really representing something big, and he's going to get Bonnie off of the hand. Good post-flop aggression there by Jonas, takes it down. And again, the way that he played it there, I mean, you might not even get involved with sixes. I mean, it is an overpair to that board, but boy, you just got to hope that Jonas would have ace-king or ace-queen at that point. Again, we're playing 25-15, no limit hold'em. The white chips are $100 chips. The purples are $25 chips.
Hey, no, that doesn't count.
Button's over in seat 9. This is an uncapped buy-in game. Live straddle here by Corporation Mike. So it's going to be $100 to call. Mo is going to complete with ace-6 suited. Bonnie's in there with king-jack. Gore is in there. And Mike's got 10 deuce of clubs. And the flop comes to ace, ace, queen. Mo's got trip aces. And he's going to throw a feeler bet out here. He's going to bet 200. And he's going to take it down. You know, we've talked about this on the show lately. Flopping trip aces with your ace rag card. I mean, Mo throws that bet out there. And if he gets called in a couple spots or even in one spot out of position, he's going to have to shut down. He can't take a lot of heat with that flop, even though he flopped trips there.
Straddle, C4.
I mean, it's just this type of situation where it's just you don't want to make that a big pot with ace-6. Button's going to move over here to Jonas in seat 9. Again, you can email us at live@thebike.com. Questions, comments, suggestions.
Joe shots poker blue.
Got a live straddle here by, I believe it's by Corporation Mike. Actually, Gore was the straddler last hand. And it's limped around. $400 pot here, 4 ways. 7, 6, 5 rainbow. Gets checked around. The turn's jack. Well, Mike's got top pair and he's open-ended. He did not bet the flop. Now he bets. And actually, Jonas has got top pair and open-ended. And Mike put a bet out here with deuce 6. And this one is going to get checked down on the river. And Jonas is actually going to take it down there. Jonas did not bet that flop in position. He checked it. Took a card. And I'm getting word that we are going to go to David right now, who is with Bonnie, spokesperson for executive consultant for Poker Forever. So here we go. Well, we can get audio. We'll get back here to David in a second. I think we're gonna continue with this hand here. Ace King. Alan brought this one in for a raise, and we're gonna see 5-way action. It looks like here. Well, Ace Deuce 5. Alan's got top pair, and so does Mike with Ace 10. And these two love to go at each other. And look at Men the Master. He's gonna lead in here with a flush draw, King 7 of clubs. He bets 300. Alan just calls with the ace-king. And Mike is going to make the check raise with ace-10. Excuse me, this pot was limped around. Mike check raises here. Alan did not raise with ace-king. Mike's going to check raise to 600 more. But Alan has the best hand. Men the master calls in between here. And if Alan makes this call, no. Actually, you know what? Men the master re-raised it here to 1,800, and Alan moved all in. And that gets Mike out of the hand. So Men made the check raise, or he made the re-raise there to Mike with the flush draw. And Alan's all in for short here. But we're still looking at about a $3,000 pot. Men with the club draw. Turn is the 3 of hearts. And the river here is an offsuit queen. And Alan escapes here with the ace-king, and he's going to take down about a $3,000 pot. So the button is going to move over here to seat 2.
Wow, walked into that one, huh?
Yeah.
Alan doubles up, actually more than doubles up, huh?
So we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but the word is you're going to go out there?
I'm assuming we're going to do it again once we get our sound working.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Sound
for whatever
guys.
reason, we couldn't get the sound going. I was talking to the lovely Bonnie Damiano, line host.
Yeah, we got to see your lips moving, but we couldn't hear the audio.
We actually weren't saying anything. We just wanted to confuse you guys at home.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool if the audio was all
Right.
just to screw with you guys? We were just mouthing words.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Alan played ace-king. He had limped in on that pot. And then ace flopped, and Mike had ace-10. It got checked to Alan. He bet. Mike check raised with ace-10. And then Men the Master had called in between re-raise with the club draw. And again,
Wow,
you know,
a naked club draw?
yeah, a naked club draw. And the funny thing here is, again, for Mike, you know, I sometimes wonder, again, I say I love his game, and I don't mean to pick on him individually, but the flop comes ace-4-7, okay?
Right.
You have ace-10, and Alan has, and you don't know what Alan has. It gets checked over to Alan, and he bets. Is your ace-10 strong enough to check raise? Because what I mean by that is that Alan's not going to go anywhere with a hand that you are not going to get him off of a hand that you don't beat. He's not going to lay down ace-jack. He's not going to lay down ace-queen. He's not going to lay down ace-king.
But will he pay you off with ace-7 and ace-8 and ace-9?
Well,
I mean, the thing with Mike is Mike's image is he's gambling, aggressive player. He doesn't want to ever let up.
right.
And he's going to continue doing that. In an unraised pot, I think he probably thought maybe Alan had a weak ace. I do understand what you're saying, though. Obviously, you know, Alan's not going anywhere with ace queen, ace jack.
Right.
No chance, especially against Mike.
Limped around here. Jack 5-6, couple clubs. Well, Christian's got a straight draw and a flush draw. Mike's got top pair. And
Wow.
Mike leads out here.
Now you wonder now Christian's been playing with Mike for about an hour. You wonder if he's suddenly going to start.
He's got a big drawing hand, but he is just going to make the call here, it looks like.
That hand is big enough to raise with there, folks.
Yep. Oh, wow. The turn's a 3 of clubs, and he makes a straight flush. And it goes check there. He checks it.
Wow.
And the river here is a 7, and unfortunately it's going to kill probably all the action. There's really nothing Mike can beat. He's going to throw out, looks like maybe a $500.
And Mike did not call.
Yeah, Mike did not call.
Wow, we'll give Mike credit for getting away from that one.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we always talk about, flushes as opposed to straights there. If an offsuit 3 had come, and then the river was a blank, you might actually gotten paid off. But that club, everybody looks to that flush draw.
And I guess, you know, again, I always talk about, it's a funny thing lately on the show, that I actually like to bet my big hands on the turn to try to build up a pot. I don't necessarily know if you would have gotten called by Mike. Some people say, well, why don't let the ace of clubs catch up there? And then, you know, if the fourth club comes, you got the nuts. Well, isn't the ace of clubs going to call anyways on the turn, too?
Exactly.
You know, I just...
You price him in.
Yeah, exactly.
The pot is already, the pot was about $800, $900. Why not make a nice $450, $500 bet on the
It's just
turn?
kind of one of the things that... But again, though, you know, you're against Mike, and he's aggressive, so checking the turn, he might bluff into the river, so that's definitely a play. Limped around here 3 ways.
10-8-6 there. Jonas has got the best hand. He's got a pair of 8s. Alan's got bottom pair. But Jonas is going to bet this. He's got Jack-8 of diamonds, backdoor diamond draw.
You know it, Alan.
I imagine he's going to take this down.
That's Alan.
That's Alan.
And 6-3 is a lucky number.
You're gonna be crushed, Alan. I don't know how you don't call it.
6-3 is a lucky number.
Action, Alan, live at the Bicycle Casino.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a great little plug there by Gore. We should use that. Action Allen live at the Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens.
8 more players like me. I don't know what the hell
Button
is
moves
gonna happen.
over here to seat 6. It's Bonnie.
It's going to be one hell of a game, let me tell you that. It's going to be a great game. I want to be the 9th.
That'll be something.
I want to be the 9th.
Something to.
I mean, that's the one thing, obviously, with Mike's game is, I mean, I love his aggressive nature. He just needs to be able to change gears once in a while, and that's what you always aptly point out.
Mike is going to raise it up here.
Jonas. Get in there.
He's going to make it 250 here with King 10. And let's see if Jonas is going to get involved with the Ace-Jack offsuit. He does not. He folds the hand face up, and Gore was still in the hand, Dave.
Yeah, I'm surprised he threw that away face up.
You're going to outplay me after the flop.
Really doesn't matter. I mean, it's probably going to be ace, jack, jack.
But you see how Jonas does not get involved with that hand, even against Mike. He goes, you know what? I don't want to get in a hand where I could be dominated. I'd rather call him with 7-8.
Right, that is definitely a hand where definition of probably winning a small pot or losing a big one. Unless, of course, you flop a straight or, say, 2 pair or something like that.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for Jonas' no-limit game. And you see how quickly he throws away ace-jack, ace-10 to raises, especially out of position.
Raise it. 250.
We got a $250 raise here by Bonnie with ace-6 offsuit. Allen is going to call with pocket 8s.
It's funny, now Bonnie's play, man, I gotta tell you, it's one of my least favorite ways she's playing here, because she plays it really loose pre-flop,
Right.
but passive post-flop.
Loose passive, right. Well, she's flopped top two, she's flopped 2 pair here, Dave, and she checks it. She checks it over to Allen, and the turn here is a 5. And maybe she's going to try to get an aggressive player to bet into her, and she
And
does.
she did, yeah.
Raise 1,000.
Yeah, look at this. Mike bet 600, and Bonnie says immediately raise 1,000. Almost smells like aces, pocket 10s, something like that.
But Mike says Jack's no good.
Yeah. And Bonnie takes
How about
it
Jack
down.
high no good?
Right. Again, Bonnie, executive consultant for Poker Forever. You can go to pokerforever.net. Check it out. 40% deposit bonus if you use the deposit code BIKE. $600 free roll tournament every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Play 40, get 40 raked points in that day, and you qualify for that. And 2 daily $400 free roll tournaments every day at 2 and at 8.
That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way.
Yeah.
Raise it. 250.
We got a raise here by Mike. He's got pocket queens. He's going to make it 250 to go in seat 4.
So much.
And here he raises, and look at him, he goes, this is effing unbelievable. Can't get any action on my real hands. Well, you got to limp in with those, Mike. Come on. I wonder sometimes if our audience has gotten used to my sarcasm.
Rattle.
I know you have.
Post here by Wink and Gun here on 2+2. Is that the same Gore from the intro scenes from Live Bike when Barry called him down with 7s? Yes, it is.
Yes. The one and the same.
Yep. That is the Gore. One of the many monster, I think that was the first of many monster calls. Unhuman calls by Barry Woods.
Well, it was funny. Back then, you actually thought, wow.
What a
Barry's-
call.
What
Right.
a call. Barry's got a read on Gore.
You couldn't
Barry's
tell
got a
on
read on Gore.
Right.
2 players.
Only then have we realized that, no, he calls everybody down.
Bonnie's got top pair here. She's going to bet 200, and Mike check calls here with
And
7-9.
they both have backdoor diamonds.
Turns at 3. Bonnie's going to bet again here. Wow, and again, you know, picking your spots here, Dave, the rivers and aces, this is probably going to get checked down. I mean, I wonder, you know, if Mike thought maybe if I hit a 7 or a 9, I'm going to get paid off. But can you possibly get paid off big by Queen Jack there in that spot? You know?
Yeah, I don't like that play at all. I don't like just checking calling
Yeah.
Bonnie. You know, she's pretty much the way she's playing is, you know, you can call her pre-flop because she's obviously nobody sees this except us.
Right.
But she's raising, obviously. Her hands are pretty marginal pre-flop. But when she bets on the flop, she generally has it.
Yep.
I haven't seen her bluff yet on a flop. Now, obviously, Mike's not privy to that, though.
Limped around here between the blinds. 7-5 suited and 4-6 offsuit. And Mike's just going to fold here. 4 bets on bottom pair, and he takes it down.
Got a question here from Paul. Hey guys, how do you think Mike will fare in a no-limit tournament? Do you think he can switch up his game, or is he just too reckless pre-flop? Does he even play tournaments?
I think I would love his game in tournaments. I don't know why he doesn't play more tournaments. And we're getting word there from our Ronnie there, one of our associate producers, that he played the same table with Mike, and Mike blew the table, and he played great.
Yeah.
And I would expect that, obviously.
I think Mike's style is absolutely perfect for tournaments.
Right.
The only problem with Mike's game, though, and I'll tell you right now, is he has to be able to change gears. If you're going to be successful in a long tournament, you've got to be able to change gears.
Gore's going to make a little raise here to 150 from the button, it looks like. Or actually, it's a straddled pot, and it's going to be four-way action, so it's a $400 pot here, four ways.
300.
10-8-6 here. Mike is going to lead out with 10-7. Yosh is going to call here with 6-7.
Now, he's got a gut shot to the straight here, but it's the same straight as Mike here. He's pretty much hoping to draw.
Yeah.
Something's going to shop here.
Mike has got the best hand here. It's about a $1,000 pot that turns a 5. Both
Mike
players
is-
are now open-ended now.
600.
And now he's going to bet 600. Mike's going to lead out at Yosh.
I mean, for Yosh to win this hand outright, he actually has to catch a 6 and only a 6.
That's right. That's right. He can shop it with a straight, and that's it. A 6, 2 outs here to the win for Yosh if he stays in the hand.
Now, Yosh is aware. He knows how Mike plays.
And he's going to make the call here, Dave. We've got a $2,200 pot to the river. And the river's a 6!
Oh, that's terrible.
My goodness. Unbelievable.
And Mike checked to Yosh, I think, really
Yeah, he
quickly.
did.
And I think Yosh is thinking, value time.
That is absolutely sick.
Yeah, that
and
is
Yosh
awful.
looks like he's going to bet 2,000 here. He's actually betting $1,800 into a $2,200 pot. It's a $4,000 pot, $1,800 to call. Mike's getting a little over 2-1. Boy, what do you put Yosh on
Well,
here?
the problem is,
And Mike is going to call, and he's going to be furious here.
I just got 10, no kicker.
Unbelievable river.
I got 18.
Wow. Wow, he took that pretty well.
wow, he's keeping it inside.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is a brutal beat,
Yeah.
folks. We've seen some really bad beats the last couple of nights, and that is a real bad one. The only thing I'm wondering is if you're Mike,
Did you hear that Mike said? Uh-oh.
yeah, now he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Now he's on it. And he's going to go take a walk there.
Mike
probably.
said nice catch, and Yosh was like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, Yosh realizes what a big underdog he was there.
Unbelievable.
The only thing I'm wondering, though, is was there a way for Mike to get away from the river? I mean, Yosh, what was Yosh betting?
3,000 minimum.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I guess at that point, I think that Mike only had probably maybe 1,000 left, Dave.
Okay.
So it was about a $4,000 pot, 1,000 a call.
Interesting email here from Melissa Caulfield.
Who's
Says,
that?
hey, Tuck, this looks like a good game. Men is a maniac. Put me in and I'll come down.
Who's Melissa Caulfield?
Just
Caulfield, sorry.
some beautiful babe that I know.
We had a raise here by Mo with pocket fives, and Bonnie came over the top of him with ace queen suited from up front here. And it's a $1,000 pot. Mo's got the best hand. Oh, and he flops middle set here. Now is Bonnie going to make a continuation bet?
Wow, and she does this time.
She's going to bet $800 into a $1,000 pot. And Mo doesn't look like he has all that much.
Where did Mo's money go?
I don't think he started with that much.
He had to start him for 3,000 at least.
He's going to move all in, and he's hoping that Bonnie's got an overpair here, obviously. But I don't even think that, Bonnie can't even call that, though.
Either that or he's hoping maybe she has, like, oh, I don't know.
I mean, with an
Obviously no draw, yeah,
overpair,
there's no draw there at all.
with an overpair, she would have to call that, obviously. Oh, I hope that Mike's coming back for the game's sake, Dave.
I imagine he is. I mean, that's just a sickening beat.
Yeah, that's
though.
unbelievable.
13 from there. You go ahead.
I mean,
Mike took it blind.
I mean, Yoshi's got 2 outs to win the pot. We saw that last night where somebody had 3 outs to win the pot, and they hit it.
Yeah.
Man.
He should be dealt in.
Yeah, he was dealt in.
Yes.
Well, you say yes and you dealt them out.
Yeah, he was dealt in.
How many cards I have to deal him in this hand also, but I did deal him in last hand.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Are you kidding?
I think this is going to be a misdeal. We're looking at a collection pot here, Dave, at the bike in our collection games. It's actually collection pot games, and basically the winner of the collection pot pays the collection for each player.
So here, 13.
And I believe it's $12 per player per half hour.
So basically, if you just don't win the collection pots, you can play here for free.
Yeah, I guess so.
The hand didn't go.
Check out that hat. Check out that jacket. Poker Forever jacket there.
And the collection pot actually has to be over a certain amount. I think it's over $400 or $500 in this game. It depends on the game, obviously. $600.
$600, okay. Which is obviously isn't very high for a 25-50 game.
No.
Service. 150. Service.
Well, Christian's going to bring this one in for 150 here. This is the first hand he's raised all night. Ace-10 offsuit.
Service.
Allen's got King-8, and he's going to call here, Dave. In the blind, King-8 offsuit. Not really a valuable hand.
2 players.
Here we go to the flop.
Well, it's offsuit, so he's got 2 chances at flushes, right?
Right. Christian makes a little continuation bet, and he's going to take it down.
Take it down, Christian. We haven't seen much of Christian here. Except for a straight flush. That'd be pretty cool, though.
Here? Yes. Or Mike?
Well, I'm going to invite Melissa to come on down here. So I'll put her in the game. I have no problem with that. She's a player.
Button's going to move over here to Yosh.
Peter.
New snazzy Live at the Bike dealer shirts there.
Yeah, much better than the old shirts, huh?
You like that blue better?
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah.
The old ones, they almost looked like they were like, bellboys from like old-time New York or Chicago.
Button's over here in Yosh, and Gore's going to bring this one in for 250. He's got pocket aces, 2 black aces.
Yep.
And Yosh has called him here with King-Jack offsuit. Kind of, again, a little bit surprising. And Mo's going to make the call. And we're going to see 3-way action here.
I mean, I know Yoshi's got position on a guy, but King-Jack offsuit, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Was Mike built in?
And look, Gore loves those threes, man, I swear.
Yeah.
He actually has a pretty good flop for aces there. He's flopped 2 pair.
Yes.
But look at this,
Ace in great
Mo
shape.
is going to throw in about a $700 bet here. Right into as a total bluff. And let's see what is Gore going to do here with the ace.
Chips, 0-0.
Mo is coming in
I
and
gotta
bet
tell you,
here.
there's not much reason to... Well,
He's going to raise. He's got Yost to deal with behind him.
it's one of the reasons why it's a great play if you actually flop to 3
And bet
to
right into
bet
it.
your 3 right away.
Right. I think Mo actually looked at Gore's cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mo actually went over and looked at Gore's cards. Well, that's a big chain there, huh? What kind of shirt? What kind of shirt is that? What kind of jersey?
I think it's like an old school, old school St. Louis
Steelers?
Rams. No, old school St. Louis Rams jersey. Actually, L.A. Rams, Los Angeles Rams, Jerome Bettis jersey.
No, it's a Bettis jersey. Oh, and he played for the Rams,
Used to
right?
the Rams, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Purple and yellow, right? The Rams.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Jerome Bettis started his career at the Los Angeles Rams.
Right.
And I think by the time they went to St. Louis, Jerome Bettis is already with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, and they went, both LA teams bailed the same year, and I think that was in '92.
Yeah,
And they haven't had an LA team for the last 15 years here in the second biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
You got nothing else to do.
I tell you, I want an expansion team or the Jets. And nobody else.
Would you get into an expansion team
Yeah,
now?
totally.
Out here?
I would really get
Yeah,
into expansion.
yeah.
I would go season tickets.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
do all that, the whole 9 yards. No pun intended.
Maybe we can tailgate together. Get
I
a
would
block
totally.
going. Yeah.
If it was an expansion team, a new team,
Right.
I get behind that.
Yeah.
If it's some like retread, I don't want the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, you don't want like a move team, right?
No.
No.
Not unless it's the Jets.
Limped around here. Ace 7-9. Well, Jonas has got a flush draw, and Christian has top and bottom. Jonas bets, and Christian's going to raise it up to 300 here.
Now this is interesting. Jonas knows that he can probably push Christian around, but in this case, Christian's got 2 pair. And look at this, Jonas is going to re-raise him.
Yeah, he's going to re-raise it up to 900, but Christian's got a pretty big hand here.
And I like the play by Jonas. He doesn't know, obviously, Christian's got 2 pair here. But you know what? When Christian calls, Jonas is going to know he's up against at least 2 pair, maybe a set.
Well, I think what Jonas might be thinking is, maybe Christian had a weak ace. He didn't, remember, we're blind against blind here. He didn't raise preflop, so he probably has just a weak ace, and I can get rid of him right now with a strong semi-bluff.
Right.
But Christian obviously has a big hand, and Jonas is going to find that out real quick.
And Christian's obviously thinking, do I smooth call this and let the guy bet, or do I re-raise it again?
Well,
it looks like he announced raise.
Let's see here. Was it just a call?
He's moving all in.
He's going to move
wow.
all in here.
And that takes all the play out of it here.
Yeah.
And now it's a pure math question for Jonas.
Yeah.
And you see the odds here, and all it is a math question.
He's got about 3,800 left here, Dave. And I want to say that the pot, I want to say maybe the pot is probably with that 3,800, maybe 5,800 to 6,000. Again, Jonas is, he's going to figure this out in his head. I can't quite know the pot size. I think it went bet, raise, re-raise to 900. So, yeah, Jonas is not getting the odds.
Yeah.
I
But I got to tell you, I like the play by Jonas. Some people go, well, he raised, though. What if a diamond would have come off, and he could have won some money off the guy? Jonas, against a player like Christian, who's been playing it real tight, he's going to play it real aggressive and see if he can take away.
I mean, he might get Christian Schmuck, a hand maybe as good as Ace-Jack with that play, right?
Oh, I think so. I think he might even lay down Ace-Queen. We saw it earlier.
Right.
The flop was 9-9-6 with 2 clubs.
Right.
And he threw away Ace-Queen clubs with no problem.
Right. Button moves over here to Jonas in seat 9. Pocket queens here for seat 6. Ace king for Mike in seat 4, and he's going to limp in with the ace king again. Hey, there's Kenna James.
Ken and men saying hi to each other. Look at these ace king, queens.
Bonnie raised it up here with queens. She made it 300 to go. Yosh called. He's got ace king as well. Alan's got 9-10. He comes in. Mo is going to call with pocket deuces. And is Mike going to pull the limp re-raise? He does. He's going to limp re-raise with 2,000. And now for Bonnie. Now, we've seen Mike do this with ace-king before here, Dave. But the question here is, do you get limp re-raised and you've got queens?
Yeah, well, Bonnie's in great shape here.
Well, she looks like she's going to call. She does not re-raise.
Against most players, it's probably an easy muck.
And for Yosh, this should be an easy fold, right? For another 1,700.
That's it, Yosh.
Well, he's trying to figure out, I mean,
Suck out on me again or what?
I just can't imagine that you would want to take this much heat pre-flop with ace-king.
Yeah, and Mike is in bad shape, obviously.
Yeah.
We see an ace dead and we see a king dead.
Well, time is upon you to make a choice.
We also see in seat 1, by the way, seat 1, which was Christian, he had a king also. He had king jack. So there's only 1 king left, folks, and only 2 aces left. Man, Mike is in bad shape, folks. Obviously, his straight cards are being blocked by Bonnie's queens.
Yeah. I can't, I mean, am I missing something here, Dave? I would think that this would be a quick muck here with the ace-king offsuit.
Yeah,
I mean, you got limp re-raise, and Bonnie called, like, without a thought.
I'm actually surprised. Why didn't Bonnie just move all in?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Bonnie didn't re-raise all in. I don't know why she just called there with queens.
I mean, what? If a king falls and Mike moves all in, are you going to fold? You know? I mean, right now the pot is almost $5,000, and look, he moves all in.
And
blind.
Mike's going to move all in blind here for it looks like maybe 2,000. Bonnie's going to call this. Well, Mike does have the ace of clubs. And she
Bonnie
calls. Oh, the turn's a 6 of clubs. Oh, the river's a deuce. Mo would have actually made deuces full there if he stuck around to the river.
And Bonnie doubles up off Mike.
Yep. Wow.
And Mike loves to do that limp re-raise with the ace-king. When I played with him last Friday, it was one of the reasons I could make that move with pocket eights, because I figured that was the best hand he might have.
You didn't think he would do it with aces or kings or anything like that?
No, I just didn't think. I mean, when I was playing the hand, obviously, it was even later position. I just didn't think he would limp in with aces or kings. I thought maybe he limped in with, a medium pocket pair,
right,
which he wouldn't call my bet with. Or maybe he had ace-king or ace-queen or ace-jack. And Mike burns through about $3,000 there, just like that. Actually, I would say it was close to $4,000, wasn't it? Man. Wow, am I getting word it was 5,000?
Yeah.
Wow, it was 5,000. So it's a $2,000 bet and then $3,000 on the flop.
So Bonnie wins $5,000 from Mike right there. That's the biggest pot we've had all night, over $10,000.
Yeah.
Wow. All with Ace King, Dave.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Mike had that much more money behind. I guess just smooth calling with queens is okay there, especially if you think your opponent will bet into you anyway. If he's bluffing, hey, you know.
Well, yeah. I just thought that she was kind of short, but you're right. In retrospect, if I'm Bonnie and I played it tight and I call there, I think it would be ludicrous for anybody else to call behind me with a hand that's worse than queens. I mean, you saw Yosh mock Ace King.
I mean, the only problem there is if Mike's got tens and the flop comes out ace high, can he bluff her off the hand?
Look at this. This one got checked around. It got limped around. Gore did not raise with Ace King. And now the flop's coming Ace Queen 5. Gore's checked and Mike's bet 300 and he's in trouble again.
And how much money is Mike behind?
He's behind 5,000. Let's see what Gore's going to do here.
And I got to tell you, if I'm Gore, you know, you got to punish Mike here. Mike is obviously he's obviously susceptible to tilting. He might be steaming now. Take advantage of it right now.
Looked like it was just a check call here, Dave. Maybe Gore's waiting for a turn card to make a move. Well, now the turn's a third diamond.
Yeah, and that's gonna paralyze both. That's gonna paralyze both players.
Check. And the river here is an 8. Oh man.
And Gore's won the hand, but he's not gonna
now
make.
Gore's gonna come out and bet.
Yeah. I think he's gonna bet $500 into about a what, $1,300 pot, maybe a $1,200 pot.
Sounds right. Yeah, there's just nothing Mike can beat there.
And give Mike credit for getting rid of ace 3 there.
Well, again, you know, like I said, the thing that I would suggest to Mike to really step up his game higher, and then you kind of told me last week, well, I mean, I remember Mike actually got involved with ace deuce against a really tight player with top pair, and you're like, oh, Mike will get away from this easily, and he didn't.
Yeah.
If Gore made a check raise there, I think, especially with what we've seen happen, Mike would continue on with it. I mean, sometimes he's almost like it's like a Barry Woods-esque, where he doesn't often lay down top pair. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that, and like I said before, I mean, Mike's got to learn how to change gears. You can't always be going at, at Mach speed. Because, I mean, his image is so aggressive. He's such a crazy player that if he were to play it just straight for a couple hours, he would still get paid off.
Right.
You know? We were actually talking about it while I was playing with him. I was saying, you realize if you played the way you normally play 2 weeks, and then the third week you played it like, say, George or like, somebody really tight, it would still work. You'd actually probably make a ton of money that third week.
8, 6, 8 here. Yosh and Mike both have 6s. And Mike is going to come out and bet here with 10, 6. Let's see if Yosh is going to get involved. He does. He makes the call. And he's got the best hand. And we're heads up here. And this king is probably going to play. The turn's a 7. Well, this might just get checked down on all streets. Mike takes up a gut shot now to the 9. And the river is a jack, and king 6 is going to play here.
And is Yosh going to put in a little value bet? I think Yosh is putting in a value bet.
And he gets called, and that's right. That is a sick value bet there by Yosh.
That's a great value bet.
Yep.
And a lot of players are going, wait a second, is it a bluff or is it a value bet? I mean, does he actually expect to get paid off by a hand that's worse than his?
Right.
And I think he did. Wow. I mean, it kind of shows how good Mike is. I mean, how good Yosh is.
You want to hear a work story, Mike? It might make you feel better.
Now he doesn't want to hear none.
Button moves over here to Gore in seat 3.
Right now, he's gonna be first up.
Well, again, it's funny, sometimes I see Yosh make some kind of little bit pre-flop mistakes. And again, I point to the fact when we used to do Wednesday nights whale games, is that a lot of these high-limit cash game players don't have a lot of experience in no-limit cash games. They play high-limit mixed games.
Yeah.
Totally different games, obviously.
Chinese poker, deuce to 7.
Right.
Downtown there.
Raised here by Bonnie with pocket 10s, I believe, and Allen's called with an ace-jack. Bonnie's got an overpair here, 9-7 deuce rainbow.
She's on fire, man.
Yeah, she's up a ton of money. She bets. She's going to bet 600 here into this board. Allen has got nothing, and Allen does not take off here.
I went to church and lit some candles.
Bonnie's going to take it down.
talk to my grandparents.
And we have really not heard anything from Men the Master, Dave. And he's played it remarkably tight, hasn't he?
Yeah, we just saw him move, obviously, when I was actually
Yeah.
going to do the interview. We saw him move there with a flush draw against Allen.
Mike straddle?
Button moves over here to Mike at C4. And looks
Christian's raised it up here at pocket threes?
like, no, I think it's straddled by
Straddle
Yosh.
pot, thank you. Okay.
So it's $100 to call. We're going to see it 4 ways here. Mo's just linked in with a king jack in late position, and Mike's in there with 8-4 of diamonds. Well, king 6-5. Now Yosh has got king 8 here. He checked it from up front, and Mo is going to come out and bet 300 here with
Yeah,
the king.
Mo's got the best hand here.
Let's see if Yosh gets involved here, Dave. He's going to check call here. And now if you're Mo, you start to put Yosh maybe on a range of hands. What could he check called with here from up front?
Certainly a draw-heavy board.
Ooh, turns a club.
And Yoshi's got the 8 of clubs. He's now got a gut shot to the straight.
Wow,
edge.
and now Mo moves all in here on the turn.
And he's pretty short. He's only got about, I want to say about $2,100.
Yeah, he's betting about $2,100 into about a $1,200 pot. Now, Yosh actually has a club draw, and he's got a gut shot. He could pick up an 8, a club, a 7.
And you can see the odds there.
Yeah.
It's an odd play by Mo. I mean, Yosh might be sitting there going, why bet so much? But you know what, though? Mo might be thinking the same thing, going, you know, I only have $2,100. The pot is $1,200. What am I
Right.
going to bet? $1,200 and leave
Right.
myself with $900?
Right.
Because then I'm forced to call the river no matter what comes out anyway.
Again, it's sometimes easier to put some money in the blind on a hand like a weak king because it was linked around.
And the river would have been the 7 of diamonds.
It was linked around, okay? And now Yosh check calls you on the flop. Well, one or two things. He's on some sort of club draw, or he's got a weak king. Now, if you've got king jack and you're playing against somebody that had either limped in mid position or early position, I don't like king jack that much, Dave, because they could easily have king queen or ace king.
Definitely.
We're going to take a look
Look
at
at
the chip
that.
count here.
Over $50,000 on the table. Jonas has got the entire table covered with almost $10,000, folks.
Well, let's take a look at how these players are doing. Let's look at the differences. Bonnie up 4,400. Mike is down $11,000, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, when you look
That
at
is
it, nobody.
unbelievable.
Actually, according to our records, the entire table is up, except Mike. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that is crazy. 8-4-6 here, and this is a family pot. Everybody's in the pot except for Mo.
What's Mo doing?
600?
Mike is going to come and bet here with Queen 8. He bets 600.
And I think he has the best hand.
Yeah,
does he
looks
not?
like it.
Now, Yosh has got 6-5. He's got second pair with a gut shot straight draw. And against Mike, he might get involved. No, he doesn't.
I mean, we've seen Mike go on incredible runs. He's been on incredible rushes, but the way that he plays, you can also have roller coaster downhill rides too, right?
Well, that's exactly
Yeah.
what his style is going to lend to that. We were talking about it where I actually think in about a 3-week span, actually not even 3 weeks, I want to say in about a 15-day span, he won $100,000 in the games here at the bike.
How many days?
In about 15 days.
$100,000?
Yes.
Wow.
But Mike is prone to losing $100,000. I mean, you see he's
Right.
down 11 tonight.
Right,
in
right.
What, an hour and a half? Hour and
Right,
45 minutes? Not even an hour and 10 minutes. He's down $11,000. That takes talent.
Pocket 7s here for Yosh. Look at this, 6-7 offsuit, and Allen has pocket 7s. Jack 8-9 here, a couple spades. Check here. Turns a queen.
Yosh is open-ended here. The 10 would not do it anymore.
River's a king. Wow, what did pocket 7s beat here now?
6-7. That's it. It's funny now, if a 10 had come on the river, Yosh would have a straight, but obviously Allen would have a straight too, and they would chop it up.
You got 2 sevens, I have 7 high.
It's nice to see Bin dealing again, Dave. She sometimes comes on the
She looks
show
like she's 10 years old.
very sporadically. She's really cute. Button moves over here to
You and those Asian girls,
yeah.
I tell you.
What are you gonna do? We you know,
Are you sure
I
she's
was
Asian?
only born that way. I didn't choose it. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Seat number 1, Christian limps in with Queen Jack of Diamonds.
Then the Master's got Jack 10 off suit.
He's going to limp in as well. Yosh is going to limp in with Queen 8. Allen's going to complete the small blind with Deuce 4. And Jonas is going to tap the table, and we're going to see a flop 6-4-3 all marks, folks.
Jonas has got the highest heart draw here with the Jack. He's open-ended with Jack 5. He's got checked around here to men. He checks, and Yosh checks as well. He's missed everyone.
Well, there's a straight.
Jonas has got a straight here.
That is the Allen's got 2 pair.
And Allen comes out and bets with Deuce 4, 200. Jonas calls. And I don't think that, that might, with all those people behind you, that might be the only thing you might be able to do there with Jack 5 here.
Oh, I don't mind that play at all.
River's a 10. Allen bets again, and Jonas is probably just going to call again,
Yeah.
2 pairs. I don't know if Allen missed the fact that it was one-liner there to a straight.
I mean, you got to think about it.
Look at Jonas. He's even laughing.
Jonas is in the big blind.
Yeah.
It got limped around. What, you don't put one of the players in the hand of 5? I mean, and I don't mind the way Jonas played it. He doesn't have a hand he can raise with.
No, I know.
He can't raise that hand. All you can do is call and hope the guy's not sandbagging hearts. I mean, because what can call you? 2 pair can't even call.
Right. Email here from Daniel Yee. And I'll get to it in a second.
Let me see it.
Story about Corporation Mike.
I tried to play too, but he's big blind. I want to show him a shitty hand. He might say,
Limped around here. Three-way action. King 8 deuce here. Jonas has got middle pair. And he's going to come out and bet here. Now, Gore's got a better hand with Queen 8.
Yeah, how does Gore know that, though?
Let's see if he's not going to get involved here.
I pay you a little bit.
Well,
And he says he's going to pay him.
he calls.
Look at Jonas. Don't pay me. Just throw the hand away.
No.
Turns a 9.
Wow, and now Jonas has picked up a flush draw.
Check, check. River's a 10. Wow. Gore bets 50 here. And Jonas pays him off. That's a sick value bet too, Dave.
I kind of think that was, it was a value bet. He put it on the river.
Yeah.
I thought I was paying you.
$50 bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to cut it down to 8.
What does Gore do if Jonas re-raises him at 400?
Now they're all saying, you want a sick value bet like Gore?
There you go.
George just best determined this huge draw. He would have won the pot. You don't even know the half of it, fellas. I should have gone all in on the river. And I would have called. That would have been sick.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
I would have liked
Close
that.
this game for me. I'll be barred. Well, I called big like $4,000 with like third pair, no kicker. Big. Little Asian guy, big glasses, big action player. What?
Jonas is referring to Vic Park, who tried to bluff Jonas.
Yeah, I remember that actually probably about a month ago.
I called like $800 on the check raise on the turn.
Limped around
Whenever
here.
he moved all in, I called. I remember that hand. That was so.
Ace 7-3 here. Mo has got the best club draw.
He tries to get like 2,700 left. Yeah, and he tries to pretend like he could check raise twice there. Right. You can't go for check raise twice. Everyone checks the flop, and now he thinks he can check raise on the turn, and I'll believe him.
You saw it happen, and as it happened, too. Like, you could read his thoughts on the river, and he's like, only way I can win this pot.
Oh, look at this. Allen is backed into the straight.
Yep, Allen's backed into a Broadway straight here.
And he's going to bet it.
Why not?
Get an email here from Mike Antolini here talking about that round table. It's actually called the Inside Straight, and he says, "Is it online?" It is not, Mike. Sorry, we got you all excited about it. We're kind of excited as well. We'll let you know when it is online.
Yeah. I think Gore made a call there. Couldn't quite tell what he had.
Gore called?
I couldn't quite tell there.
Okay.
Jonas is flipping the button around all over the place. He's trying to get the thing to spin back. But.
Well, he got it to seat 1, which is where it is. Mike is straddled here, so it's $100 to call. $175 of dead money in the pot already. And Men the Master is under the gun.
Button moves again to seat 1.
Oh, man. What happened?
Men folds. Bonnie's going to fold. And Alan's going to limp here. Again, it's straddle. $100 to call. Mike is in the straddle spot. He's got deuce 10 and
Now, in
diamonds.
late position with 8s, might you want to raise that?
Yeah, and a straddle pot, extra money in
I mean, you
there.
got position, you buy yourself the button by doing that.
And now he's going to take it heads. We're going to see the blinds in there plus Alan. Oh, Alan's got a set here. Let's see if he's actually bet the set sometimes. He's going to come out and bet. He bets 200 here.
Yeah, luckily for me, they had a sign that by the 5
And he shows an 8. He does not show the other card. But Jonas looks at it. Oh, this has kind of been a tame game, Dave. We just haven't seen the right combination of cards to get a really, really big pot here yet.
Well, I mean, you look at it, 8 out of 9 players are winning.
Right.
Mike is bankrolling the whole table right now.
I don't know what you had, Alex. I don't know. I can't.
Once again, we're live at the bike, folks. David Tuckman here with Bart Hansen, and you are watching No Limit Hold'em. The blinds are 25 and 50. We've got 2005 Card Player of the Year, Men the Master win in seat 5. We've got Jonas, we've got Corporation Mike, we've got Yoshi Nakano. The action is here, folks.
We got a $300 raise here by Yosh with Ace King. Jonas calls with pocket 6s, and we've got about a $1,000 pocket on the flop. Mike's in there with Queen 5 suited, and he gets top pair. Mike's from up front. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to check the weak queen. Is Yosh going to make a continuation bet? It gets checked around. Wow, now Mike picks up a flush draw here with Queen 5.
10 is getting better and better here. He's a huge favorite to win the pot, obviously.
He checked it again, David. I think he might be going for a check raise here.
Oh, I think he's definitely going for the check raise here.
Now Yosh bet 600. Now if you're Jonas, Jonas is thinking possibly, I think I might have the best hand against Yosh. But the problem is, if Jonas calls, we definitely know Mike is going to check raise then.
The correct play, definitely. I mean, I like the play by Mike. Mike's kind of saying that he's got to know his hand is good here.
Yeah.
I think a huge check raise, make it look like a seal, make it look like he's steaming, and maybe he even gets paid off by Yosh.
Well, again, it kind of puts Jonas in a tough spot. He's not going to. Maybe he would call Yosh.
And here it is.
Maybe he would have called Yosh heads up, Dave, but not with Mike.
I think so.
And he's going to raise it up here 1,000 more.
And the pot is now quickly almost 3,000, folks.
Yep.
1,000 to call.
Yosh is not going to get involved.
No, he's not. Okay.
Yep.
You wonder if Yosh had, say, something like, say, jacks or tens. Would he get involved? Although Yosh's instincts are uncanny, he seems to know when to value bet, seems to know when to get rid of a hand.
It just goes to show you that if you give up on the hand by checking the flop there with Ace King, and you just can sense it out. I mean, you bet the turn. It just doesn't make a lot of sense unless you were really sandbagging something big on the flop, right?
Although once in a while you will see good players. They'll have Ace King, they'll flop the king,
right,
and they'll slow play it.
Yeah, they'll play it a little tricky.
They'll just check it one time. See if maybe they can get you to kind of think they missed.
But again, normally one pair is not strong enough to play tricky that way, right?
Not
especially in a multi-way pot,
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're putting yourself at risk. Some of the good players are willing to take those risks, obviously.
Gore's going to make it 350 here to go for deuce 4 offsuit from the button in seat 3.
Yeah, he's playing the players, not his hand, obviously.
50 back, I sold. Why would I do that? You get all that profit. Take a quarterback.
Look, they're negotiating.
Yeah, Jonas folds.
Huh?
Yeah, we are here live at the bike on Bart Hansen with Dave Tuckman. We are playing 25-50, uncapped, no limit hold'em. The white chips are $100 chips. The purples are $25 chips.
Oh man,
Where it is, Dave's going to go out there and he's going to interview Bonnie and Men the Master coming up. I think we have fixed our audio problems.
He comes to Reno anyway. He comes to Reno on 22nd.
Squalid.
You'll have to be there before me.
Button moves over here to seat number 4. Corporation Mike. This is a collection pot. Players tend to play a little bit tighter in these pots. $250 raise here by Christian. The second raise we've seen all night with pocket tens. And Mike is going to call here with ace-9 offsuit. And we're going to see this heads up. And again, it's funny. If an ace flops, Mike would be good. But what if Christian had ace-king or ace-queen? Would Mike stay in there the whole time? Well, king, queen, deuce. Not a good flop for Christian. He's going to make a continuation bet here. He bets 200. And I do not think that Mike is going to get involved here. Unless he senses some weakness. No.
Yeah, it's all 600. Pardon me? Yeah. No, not.
And we are going to head over to Dave, who is with Bonnie, the executive poker consultant, Poker Forever.
Just kidding. Hi, I'm David Tuckman on the floor of the Bicycle Casino, and I'm here with Bonnie Damiano, line host. How you doing, Bonnie?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for hosting us tonight.
Hey, anytime.
It's a great time here.
So I'm just curious, how long have you been involved in poker, and what do you do with poker?
I've been playing poker for about 20 years, but the last 10 years I've gotten to more into the business side of it. We're producing tournaments, hosting events, marketing for different sites and different products in poker.
Right. Now, I know you used to be the tournament director for the Four Queens down in Vegas on Fremont Street, right?
Yes, I sure was for 4 years. It was a great tournament.
Okay. Well, that must have taught you a lot about, how to run a tournament, and I'm sure you brought that into your new endeavor, right?
Absolutely.
And speaking of your new endeavor, why don't you tell us about it?
Poker Forever. It's a brand new site we just opened a month ago.
Right.
It's brand new software. It is not a skin. We have some really great features and some great graphics. So anybody that hasn't been there yet should check it out. It's very easy, player friendly. We have free rolls every day. You have tips for you. You can learn how to play. We also have a great support staff. I know we have a lot of competition in online poker right now, so we try to differentiate ourselves by having a great support staff, easy to use. We have a great tournament director, and Mario is putting together some nice things for us there. So it's really exciting for us. But I think they'll like the graphics and the features, and it's something a little bit different and very nice.
Okay.
And we have Men with us tonight, the player of the year, and he's on our poker team.
Oh, wow.
We have a great promotion this month. If you play 5,000 hands on our site, you'll get to play Men heads up. And if you beat him, you get $500.
Wow, that is great.
So it's a pretty neat promotion.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now, I'm just curious. Now, I like playing tournaments online. Can I play tournaments on your site?
Oh, absolutely. I just said we have a great tournament director. We have $2 tournaments for the small player, $5, $30 tournaments. We even had some larger ones, and we're going to get even larger tournaments now. We have a few little guarantee tournaments as well, but, we're a new site just starting out.
Right.
And so we're very player friendly, and we have great comments. People are enjoying the site very much. We're also going to be doing a big tournament in December in St. Martin, where you can win your seat online, and it's $1 million tournament. So look for that in April and May. Around there, we'll have the tournaments online. So talk about a chance to win some big money. There it is, and a vacation to St. Martin in December.
It's kind of like a no-lose situation there. I mean, you either win money in St. Martin or you're on the beach.
That's right. And it's a beautiful place, and we have a great time there. I did some tournaments there already in the past. It's actually where I met my husband, so it's very sentimental to me. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with the site. I can't wait to sign up myself. I know that if I sign up with the bonus code of BIKE, B-I-K-E, I get a 40% bonus sign up, right?
Yes, you get 40%, maximum $200. So if you put in $500, you get a $200 bonus.
Free money.
Free money. And we have free rolls every day, so join us. And we do have a great support staff. You can email me if you need any help. We're friendly. Just say I need to get in touch with Bonnie. I have a question. If you have questions about poker, we're there to help you and learn to play poker.
Oh, sounds great. I'm David Tuckman. Here's Bonnie. PlayOnPokerForever.com.
Thank you very much, David.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
We're going to change gears a little bit. Still David Tuckman. I'm still on the floor of the Bicycle Casino, but now I am with 2005 Card Player of the Year, Men the Master. How are you, men?
Very good.
Yeah? So, pretty eventful 2005 for you, huh?
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Nice.
Huh? Nice, huh?
Have nice coffee. Have a nice party. It's like bicycle. Put up the money and invite all my friends and players to come to the bicycle club for my play of the year party. I love it, and the bottom of my heart is thank to the bicycle club that put up the money for my Play the Year party.
Okay, now I'm just curious here. Now you came here probably about what 25 years ago, right? To America, and then you started playing. 28 years ago. I stand corrected. Thank you, men. Okay, now what do you attribute to your success as a poker player?
Well, I play hard, I sleep well, and I play my heart out. I never aggravated, I never steam when I play, and I lost. I say nice hand, sir. So it's the secret of my success that I never steam, and every time I win it, I smile and say nice hand. Even they suck out on me, I say nice hand, sir.
Nice hand, sir. Right.
Right.
Now I'm curious. Now in 1996, you came on the scene. You won 4 World Series of poker bracelets. Really impressive for anybody at any time. How has the poker world changed in the last? I mean, what you've seen in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I see the poker change because of the televisions and people watch online and it changes everything. A lot of young men come to poker wars and they make a lot of money and they love to play with a pro like me.
Right.
I'm an old-fashioned man and I'm old style, but I still win. And of course, I keep my secret to win all the tournaments because I'm in a master.
Right. Well, Men the Master old school, right?
The Man the Master is sitting down there and plays. I never chant. They cannot read me, so they talk and play and have fun at the table, drinking a Corona, talk to a player, have fun. Everybody just play with Man the Master. They love it.
Right, of course. Okay, now we've got a lot of new players out there, beginners, who are just jumping into say either live games or tournaments. You have any advice for them?
Oh, they don't need advice. They watch TV enough. They watch TV. It's like they work 4 days to get into the final table. Now they don't have much chip. They have to move on in a 3-5 suited.
Right.
And most of the young kids just look at us and say, "Oh, this man play with 3-5, good, handsome, play 3-5." But he didn't know that he have to work hard 4 or 5 days to get into the final table.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Of course.
But he have no chips. He have to move in, trying to take the pot away to survive. You cannot be anti to that. My suggestion is you have to play some point. You cannot anti to that. Also, it's hard to get there.
Right.
You show 1 hand or 2 hand, you don't show he have a 300 hand a previous like 3 or 4 days ago. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's amazing here. I just have one question. What are the odds Men the Master repeats as Card Player of the Year?
No chance this year.
No chance?
No chance. You know why?
Why?
I tell you why. Yes, I won any odd years. It's like 2001, 2003, 2005. Even the 97. That's an odd year, right?
Yeah.
So the even year is hard for me to win. But next year I might be there. But this year I give up. I do a lot of charity. I'm tired of play the year that I've been playing all year.
Right.
Time for me to take a vacation. Time for me to do some charity. I gotta go to do a charity with children in Vietnam, and a lot of people waiting for me there to bring the money back home to do some charity.
Well, it's a great story, man. I got to tell you, there are a lot of new young guns. You know, all the internet young faces in the poker world today. But my money is on old school. Okay, my money's on Men the Master. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome, sir.
Thanks. Back to you, Bart.
Thank you, Dave. Interesting couple of comments here. Interesting interview there by Dave, interviewing Bonnie, the executive consultant over there for Poker Forever. Of course, the 2005 Tournament Player of the Year, Card Player Tournament of the Year, Men win. And Men is always a nice guy, and he's very, very open and receptive to people, you know, saying hi to him, asking for autographs and such. I've played with him in some cash games. And he does not steam. It's interesting. We're going to get back into the hand here. The button moves over to C4. It's Corporation Mike. And I believe that Men the Master has bought the button here, which you can do in this spot. Jonas has limped in here, open limp with an ace-7 of spades. Gore's limped in with a suited connector, 9-10 of diamonds. We're going to see this three-way action here. About a $200 pot. King 4-9 here. And no one has any piece of this. Jonas bets 150 here, and actually Gore's got middle pair. Jonas was just taking a shot here. He was taking a shot with ace high. I don't know what men's thinking about, and Gore called him. And Jonas is going to have to continue to lead here. Now, Gore does not have a great hand, but he's kind of sniffed Jonas out, and now Gore picks up a flush draw. Jonas checks, and Gore's going to bet. He is not going to take a card. He thinks he has the best hand, and Jonas is out of there. Oh, welcome back, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
You know, it is so funny. We were doing the poker roundtable thing again. That will be coming up soon on the Live at the Bike website. And with your interview, how oblivious people are. I mean, there are people like you try, like Keith, he was on the show on Friday. He's like, you kind of tried to do that on the side. That was funny. You try to tap him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy, get out of the shot.
No,
and then this guy with the phone comes and sits right behind you. And Gil, he keeps walking back and forth behind you. But Gil's doing it intentionally, though.
I actually pushed Keith, and he looked at me like I was like,
Get out!
Like he was like looking at me like, you got a problem? You want to start something?
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Oh, man.
I would have been scared, but Ray was there, so Rays are heavy.
Well, Ben the Master's got ace queen of hearts here, and he's going to raise it up on the button after a couple of limpers. He's going to make it 300 to go. Gore's not going to get involved, and Mike is not going to get involved.
Take it down, Ben the Master.
I tell you, Joe, I hate the show call that I play bad. They got to call me, man, you play bad. A lot of friends watching now playing. I cannot do nothing. I never play in here.
Did you hear him say there's no way he can win 2006?
Yeah, I heard him say
It's
that.
an even year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some groups of people are very superstitious,
Good to know.
It is really interesting, though. I find it that, it's more and more of like the bigger tournaments. You only enter them if they're televised. Because of all the other stuff.
Now, men will play, though. We know men is actually a local. He plays a lot of local tournaments here. He'll play those $300 tournaments, those $500 tournaments. And he does really well in them.
It's actually from Bell Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Queen 4-3 here got checked on the
Obviously
flop.
not originally, but yeah.
Right. Turns 10. Gore's going to come out and bet here with ace high. Now, Yosh has the best hand here. Is he going to get involved? He checked the turn. He was in there in the blind. Again, it's interesting to see that even Yosh there, and Jonas calls here with a 4, and that's good right now. And Gore is really behind. He needs an ace, and an ace only. River is an 8, so, and Gore's going to bet again here. He bets 50.
He's making it look like the same value bet it was before.
Yeah, Jonas calls.
And this time, it's a bluff.
Yep.
Last time it was a value bet. This time it's a bluff.
I was saying it was interesting, Yosh is in the small blind. He's
Yes.
got 5-10 offsuit. And again, not a big deal, but he completes. Anything?
Yeah, no, I know where you're going. I thought you were going to keep going with that.
No,
Sorry.
I just...
Oftentimes people will complete in the small blind with any 2 cards. I don't see the point in that because to me it's like, how are you going to get in the action on that hand? What do you want to hit?
Right.
Even if you hit 2 pair, you almost have to bet it strong and hope nobody calls you. I mean, there are some hands, especially those up and down hands that are not connected at all. Obviously, up and down being not connected. Those kind of hands, I really don't even. I don't want to be in there ever. Jack deuce, queen 3, 10-5.
Well, even 10-5, like you said, you can't play any hand that you flop strong, even if it's a monster. I mean, if you flop trick 5s, that might be the best for you. But you still might not want to take a lot of heat with it. I mean, someone could have been in there with ace 5.
No, yeah.
Trick 10s. Same thing. What if you flop 2 10s there?
Yeah, 2 5s is much better, obviously.
Right.
2 5s, the likelihood is you're in there against a 6-5 or 5-4.
4-5, 3-5, yeah, something like that.
So you can take a little more heat.
Right.
3 10s, I hate the flop. I mean,
Right.
you're either going to win a small pot or lose a big one.
Right.
Obviously, if you hit a full house, yeah, but what are the odds of hitting a full house?
4-way action here, limped around. Actually, Mike raised it up here to about 150, I believe. Or 200, so it's about an $800 pot now. Queen, 6, jack, couple hearts. Mike is totally whiffed here, and he does... Whoa.
And I think we got a burn and turn before action was complete, folks.
Yeah, dealer did not give
Yosh.
Okay, now you gotta shuffle that card. Oh, no, sorry, burn it.
And there's a burn and turn before action was complete. Yosh had not checked yet.
Right.
So what's going to happen now is they're going to burn and turn, and the river's going to come out. This would have been the river, and there it is, the King of Hearts. Now we're going to complete action.
And Alan would have made trip jacks.
Hold on, guys. Let her handle it, please.
And Alan's pissed off. Look at that.
You want to make a side bet? I'll make you a side bet. Side bet.
I don't do this every time rule change.
Side bet.
See, Alan is angry. Jonas says, "You want to make a side bet on that ruling?" Alan is angry.
Alan's obviously upset because the jack helps him, and
Right.
anybody could pick that up. Now what's going to happen is that jack is going to actually get reshuffled in with the rest of the cards, not the burn cards, obviously, or the muck cards, and then they're not, without burning, they're going to put a river out there.
Now this is interesting. Now Mike is going to come out and bet here on the king, and no one has any piece of this.
Well, Alan still had a pair of
Well,
jacks.
yeah, Alan had a pair of jacks, and Mike takes it down with deuce 4 offsuit.
I mean, you don't care. It's not your money, but we are playing this.
And you got to understand that obviously, unlike the internet, you're playing live. These dealers are human; they make mistakes once in a while.
How many times I have to pay for the mistake? Why should I pay for it?
How do you know? You might have been dead. You might have had a flush. You might have saved one.
It doesn't matter. I want my card.
I had a big hand.
I paid to get 5.
Mike says I had a big hand that time.
The other night, actually, I was actually a little disappointed. I was really upset because I had flopped 2 pair, and I was in a hand against, actually, of all people, Francois. And I wanted to raise, and the dealer burned in turn before I got a chance to.
Yeah.
And the turn actually would not have completed his flush. And I probably would have bet a lot of money on that card. And there's no way Francois would have seen the river. But because of the whole dealer mistake, I ended up losing the hand because the next card was a diamond.
Men raised it up here with ace queen to about 200, and it's about a $1,000 pot here going. $800 pot going 4 ways.
Well, Alan's got top pair. He's got that jack again.
Well, Mike's got a flush draw, and it gets checked over to Alan, and he bets 400 here. Well, Corporation Mike is going to make the call, and Men totally missed, and he's out of there.
Yeah, you see how he's not going to chase with all the cards. He missed the flop.
Well, Mike can catch a queen or a diamond here. Here we go to the turn. Turn is another jack. Yep. Mike says, now you got 3 jacks.
And he's right.
And Alan looks like he's going to bet again here. The pot is about $1,800.
How demoralizing is it when your opponent knows exactly what you have?
He bets 900. He's betting half the size of the pot here.
Now, if Mike knows he has 3 jacks, he cannot call because obviously he doesn't know if a 9 of diamonds were to come
9
off
of diamonds
here,
is
it
hand
would
is
not
no
be
good.
good, and Mike would not
Well,
know.
that the river card is a 5 of diamonds. Mike would have gotten there.
Yeah, but Mike can't play it aggressive anyway.
Yeah.
He's going to hit his hand and probably, maybe throw it a little better, maybe check even.
Yeah.
We're talking about Men was talking about doing some charity work. I know he built. I know he's actually built 2 schools back in Vietnam.
I made a flush on the river. You did?
Tries to get back to the community.
What's interesting, I had heard too, and I don't know how accurate this is that he actually brings people over from Vietnam, teaches them poker, and then kind of bankrolls them as they work their way up, like David Pham.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of a funny little, funny way to. I mean, you'd think you might bring people over and not that poker's a very legitimate job, but I mean,
right?
It's just that kind of like I'm going to bring them over to play poker.
Live straddle here, and we're going to see 5-way action, $500 pot, 9-6-5, couple diamonds. Mike's got a flush draw and a straight draw.
But Jonas is the best hand. He's got Jack 9.
No, Mike's going to bet 300. Is Jonas really going to get involved here with Jack 9?
Against most players he wouldn't, but against Mike he might.
Well, he does have position.
And he's going to raise it.
And he's actually going to raise here. And Mike's hand is really big enough to come over the top, isn't it?
Yeah, and if Mike re-raises this, you wonder, can Jonas call?
No,
and this is almost 50-50, folks. Look at the odds there.
Mike has got a diamonds and a straight draw to the 7 here. Jonas raised it up, looks like 400 more. It was a $300 bet on the flop. The pot now is 1,500, about 400 for Mike to call, it looks like.
And look at this. We talk about your rule of thumbs. You count how many outs you have, and then you multiply it by 4. Well, Mike were to count as 9 diamonds,
right,
plus his 3 sevens. That would be 12 outs. Multiply it by 4, and it's 48%. And look at it, it's 47.
And Mike comes over the top all in here, Dave. And again, I love the play here by Mike because he's got a huge hand.
He does.
Yeah.
And look at Jonas. Jonas puts him on ace-5 of diamonds.
Yeah.
And actually, Mike is not that strong. But I think Jonas is along the same lines, though.
He shows him the 4 of diamonds.
5, 8.
So
you go.
either way, I mean, Jonas can say, okay, you have 5-4 diamonds. Doesn't make a difference. You got a pair with a flush draw, which would obviously be stronger. That would actually be a better hand than what Mike had.
And again, Jonas can't make that call. You got to put the guy on a range of hands, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jonas pretty much knew what he had, but he wanted to pick a better spot.
Yeah.
Against Ace-5 of diamonds, he's actually an underdog.
We actually had an email here from a guy asking about better spots, and I didn't get to it. Oh, it was Michael. I think it's SP Surf. Michael says, let's take a look at Ronnie there. Bart and Dave, we constantly hear this phrase talking about needing to pick better spots, but what does this actually mean? And we'll get to that in a second. Pocket queens here for Bonnie. She's made it 300 to go. Thor's not going to call the small line with Jack 10. Going to take it down.
Now, I mean, if you want to take a look at the last hand there, okay. Now, Jonas put Mike on a hand. Put him on an Ace-5 of diamonds, which would mean that Jonas is ahead. But Jonas would also have to call all his money off instead of moving with his money, so he'd be calling his money off, which is pretty much with a coin flip.
Right.
And Jonas is going, you know what? I don't need to gamble that much. I'm going to pick a better spot to put my money in there. Generally, a good player is not going to want to call off his money. He's going to want to push his money in and make his opponent call. Therefore, he has some fold equity as well. I mean, it's just a matter of, you pick a spot to gamble.
Looks like Men's heading out now, Dave. She was only going to be here for a couple of hours. We got a big board, so definitely get another player. I think he's down a little bit, right, from that King 7 of clubs play against Allen.
He won a couple of small hands and then lost that big one.
Yosh here is going to raise. He's got pocket kings. I think Kenna James might come in the game, Dave.
Really? Okay, wow. That'll actually bring some action in the game.
Yep. Yosh has made it 400 to go here with kings.
It looks like he made a little bit of money. It looks like he made about $200.
Oh, okay.
So that's $5,000 in his rack.
Yeah, I think we're getting confirmation that Kenna's going to come into the game, and it's always fun to see Kenna in a game with Mike, in a game with Allen, in a game with Jonas, in a game with Gore. All the way around.
Yeah. Bonnie gives Men a hug and says goodbye. And look at Men finished up about $300 or $400.
Bonnie at $9,700.
Wow.
And Jonas, I think, is down. He was almost at $9,000 before. Let's take a look at the difference now. Yeah, Jonas was up, I think, a couple grand. Now he's pretty much at even money.
Yeah, Mike made $3,000 back.
Yeah.
Was down $11,000 a little while ago.
Not right now. I do though.
And Gore's up $2,600.
Wow. Yeah, well, Gore's made some money off of Jonas.
Yeah. Pocket jacks here for Mike on the button, and pocket aces for Allen. And Mike is going to raise here to 300. Actually, excuse me, Allen raised to 300, and Mike just smooth called. Excuse me. Aces against jacks. Boy, if a ragged board comes here, Dave, it's about a $700 pot. Uh-oh. 5, 6, 4. Again. You wonder. Allen's going to come out and lead here, Dave.
Allen has the ace of clubs. He's in really good shape here.
I mean, I think Mike, sometimes you got to look through, Mike's got to look through his head and say, there are cans that I can't beat here if Allen comes out and bets.
Yeah.
He bets 800 in the call. Turns a 10, it changes nothing. And Allen moves all in. And let's see if Mike can get away from this. He's moved all in, Dave, for about 2008. All right, Mike's going to get away from it.
Yeah, he's playing the player,
Yeah,
He's playing the player. He called him one time, wanted to see if Allen would fire a second time. When Allen fires a second time there, he's pretty sure his jacks are garbage, and he was right.
Again, there's just another hand. You can't beat 10s now. You can't beat queens, kings, or aces. The only thing you can beat is 9s. Yeah, he's wearing the same shirt again.
Can we start? We should start kind of like a...
That shirt's going to get up and walk around on its own.
Maybe we can start like a little fund for Kenna or something.
Yeah.
Buy him some new clothes. Jeez.
Shakes the hand of Corporation Mike there.
I mean, after you check out our website, liveatthebike.com, go check out kennajames.com.
Yep.
Just so you can...
turn down your speakers, too, when you go over there.
Yeah.
Mike is switching seats with Kenna.
Yeah, Mike wants to have position on Kenna.
Thank you, sir.
Rarely does Mike care, but Mike actually wants position on him.
Kenna looks like he's buying in for about 9,000 there.
You want a glass of wine? I've got a glass. Let me get you a glass. Let me get you a glass, Alan.
He's buying in for 10,000, Dave, we're getting word.
Yeah.
Kenna needs to show us his cards over there in C4.
No, you did.
Gore's got 8, 9 of diamonds here. There we go.
What a lineup we got going on here.
Yeah, this is fun. It's going to be a fun last hour of the night.
LiveAtTheBike.com, sponsored by Poker Forever.
I knew you had a strong hand also, otherwise.
Check
Yosh
it
is
out.
going to make a little raise here with pocket fives, it looks like. He's going to make it,
In what, the small blind?
yeah, 300 to go. Gore's going to call.
Actually, no, Mike had raised.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
Yeah.
was like, that's a really odd
Yeah,
play.
that is.
To raise with pocket
Right.
fives in the small blind. I was
So
like,
Mike called with ace-7 here, and we're going to see three-way action. Gore's still in the hand. It's about a $700 pot. King 4-6 here.
yeah, everybody's missed here. Yoshi's still got the best hand, but it's hard for him to know that. And they check it to Mike, and Mike is going to bet.
Looks like 700.
And Yoshi's not going to get involved, and Gore's not going to get involved. Mike takes it down. He raises in position and takes it away.
You know the funny thing when I played the tournament, Dave, you and I played one of the Winning the Green tournaments on Sunday.
Now, why do you remind me?
And the funny, I hadn't played a live tournament in many, many months. Probably since the World Series, actually. And it always, with those low-level tournaments, I kind of forgot the fact that you are inherently short chipped.
Incredibly short.
Like, you never really, unless you've got a huge stack, you're almost never more than 20 or 30 times the big blind in chips. So much different from a cash game.
Yeah, it's
It's incredible. Yeah.
I mean, I think playing no-limit cash games will help your no-limit hold'em tournaments.
Right.
But it is still a completely different animal.
Yeah.
It would almost be the equivalent of sitting down in this game with $1,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's below the minimum.
Yeah.
We don't even allow that.
Limped around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way action here.
$100 pot? No, I'm sorry. What am I talking? Yeah, $250 pot.
Queen 8-3 here. Well, Mo's got the nut flush draw. Let's see if he bets into it over there in C2. No, he takes the card. He gets checked around. Turns a king.
Still, nobody has anything here.
Well, Jonas has got bottom pair.
Thank you.
Mike open folds here. It's going to check around again. And the river's a club, and Mo's made the nuts.
Strong play.
And look at this. Allen bets 300 here. Now, Mo has the absolute nuts here. Allen has made a total bluff. And Mo is going to raise it up to 800 here. But
Look at Allen opening up his game and actually bluffing on the river, trying to throw $300 at a $250 pot. And that's part of the reason why players like Mike and, well, some of the other players are actually calling Allen down because Allen has opened up his game. Very similar to, say, the way Amir has opened up his game the last 3 or 4 months. Getting where the Kenneth James is actually bought in for $11,500. He's pretty much covering the table. I want to say Yoshi's probably got a lot of money as well, but not quite that much.
So we're going to get into the next hand here. The button's over there, I believe, in Allen's hand, and we're going to collection pot here.
Reciprocate kindness if you want. I could wash that jersey for you.
No, I'm not going to watch this until I win. Until I win a session. I know, it's going to be bad.
Did he say he wasn't going to watch this until he won or until he lost? Oh, until he won on Live at the Bike.
Oh, that's scary.
Bonnie is going to raise it up here to 300 with ace-7 of clubs. 3-4 of diamonds here for Jonas. He makes the call.
And that's almost like a raising hand in a tournament, isn't it?
Yeah. And suited connector here. Gore's in there with 4-5 of spades. Let's see if he's going to call an early position. He does.
How you doing tonight?
Okay.
Everything all right?
And again, you might take into account that these players might be able to outplay Bonnie if she whiffs on the flop and does not bet.
I think that's what they're thinking.
9-8-6. Well, Jonas has got a diamond draw here.
Everybody's poker forever.
And the funny thing here is Gore's actually got a gut shot straight draw, but if a 7 were to hit, it would bring a one-liner to anybody with a 10.
Well, Bonnie bets out on her gut shot. She's going to bet, it looks like 600.
Yeah,
And-
Bonnie's actually open-ended.
Yeah, you're right, open-ended here. And let's see how Jonas is going to play it. He's just going to call with the flush draw, and maybe he's setting up a play here later on. Pot is about 1,800 as we go to the turn. Wow, the turn is a 7.
Wow, and interestingly, Gore would have made it there. He had 4-5.
And Jonas might try to represent here. Looks like he might come out and lead.
And he is.
He's going to come out and bet. He's going to bet 1,200 here. And it really puts someone with an overpair in a real tough spot. Bonnie's hand is pretty much total garbage here, even though she has the best hand.
Yeah, but how did she?
Yeah.
Man, what can she beat?
And again, it's just like, Jonas is almost on another planet when it comes to most of the players that are in this game.
Well, he's just, the one thing I love about Jonas's game is he has the right instincts to play the game.
Right.
Plus, he has the balls to execute those instincts.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are a lot of guys that can go, I know you don't have the hand, but I'm not going to call you anyway.
Right.
I know I have the best hand, but I'm not. A lot of players know what to do, but don't necessarily have the guts, to do it. Jonas puts it all together, though.
Okay.
Bud moves over here to Jonas in seat 9.
Straddle, $100 straddle. That's strong.
Okay, it's an interesting post here on 2+2. It says, guys, don't forget that for every 4 new accounts that sign up for Poker Forever through Live the Bike, Bart earns himself 1 free 30-minute massage coupon in his favorite ethnic massage house.
Is that true? That is bullshit, man. What do I get? That's crap. I had to do the interview, man. Man, I better get something.
Ed, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see.
Looks like we get a raise here by Yosh, ace 7 of clubs.
Giving us a break. Costing me money, though.
Hey, get in the game, man.
And actually, you know what? It was just limped around. 5-way action here.
Yes. You'll let Ed play over, right?
No.
No?
No.
Queen, 8, queen here. Well, Kenneth's got pocket 9s. Did not raise it pre-flop, and he checked the flop here, Dave. Now, nobody has a queen. Here we go to the turn. Turns a jack, and it gets worse and worse for Kenneth now. Another overcard, but he still has the best hand. I mean, he played it kind of slow, a little bit pre-flop.
How about another jack on the river?
Yeah. 9s are good here. This is amazing.
All right, I'm not. Send it.
And now Mike is going to come out and... Oh, no, he did not
He's
check.
not gonna,
9s are good.
Take it down, Ken.
9 comes, you get the party there.
Yeah, Gore, 9 comes, gives Gore the nut straight on a paired board there, obviously.
Yeah. No valuable straight is on a paired board.
Where was the button on that? My button?
Remember, you have to always remember about these things when you're chasing draws with paired boards, because you don't want to get there with a draw and then have what we happen what's called like reverse implied odds, because you're going to lose a ton of money. It's not limit hold'em, right, Dave? Where you can kind of
even in limit hold'em, I don't like to really go.
Right.
I don't like to go for straights with 2 flushes out there. I don't like to go for flushes or straights with a pair on the
But
board.
you're only going to lose 1 extra bet as opposed to your whole stack.
It's just so hard to hit those draws that when I hit it, I want to make sure I have the nuts.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Button moves over here to seat 1. We got a straddle by Mike in seat 5. An ace-king here on the button. And look at this. Jonas is going to raise it to 400. Now, I would love to see Christian actually pop this up to 1,200 right now and take it down with the ace-king. But he's just going to call, Dave, and he's kind of not taking the betting lead, right? Jonas is led in. Actually, Jonas has raised it with 6-4 suited.
Yeah, he's playing it a little more passively. But you know what? If an ace comes off, he might get all of Alan's money.
Yeah, because Alan's got ace-jack. Wow, 5-way action, $2,000 pre-flop.
Wow, that's a pot, folks.
And we got a lot of little gap-suited connectors in here. Wow, 8, 9, 9 here.
Mike and Kenna both have an 8. Mike has the best hand here with the 10 kicker, though.
Let's see if Jonas is going to lead here. Nope. He did not make the continuation bet. Turns a 5.
Well, he's picked up some outs. He needs a 7 to the straight.
It seems like everybody is missed. We haven't flopped a lot of big hands tonight. And Kenneth is going to come out and bet here on the 8. He's going to bet $1,100 into a $2,000 pot. Now, if you're Mike, can you really call here with so many people left to act? You get 3 people behind you.
Yeah, it really puts you in a tough spot. I'm surprised, Mike did not bet the flop. We wanted to see what happened, and now Ken is taking the aggressive play, and he's going to take this down, I bet.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to call here.
And look at this, Mike betting $1,100. What I love about it is Ken is betting only $1,100 to win $2,000.
Which is kind of what, Ken is known for. He tries to pick up little small pots.
Right.
Right, except on this show, right? No, it's funny because I remember when everybody sees hit next Wednesday on the Travel Channel, it's going to be the Legends episode. Yeah. He was actually telling me about how when he got heads up with a guy, he basically pushed all in with ace 4, Dave, and the guy called him with jack 10. because he thought that people were giving that guy advice that Kenna doesn't like to play big pots. He can only play small pot poker. So when the guy came back over the top of him with Jack 10, he thought he had the best hand. He moved all in with Ace 4.
Right. Well, I mean, you can't blame Kenna for wanting to play small poker. He knows he can outplay somebody.
Right.
And what obviously he wants to play a lot of small pots, slowly kind of, bleed the money from the guy.
It was funny. I was actually listening to an interview with Gus Hansen on the circuit. Dave and I were actually on the circuit about a week back. You can check us out over there at cardplayer.com. It's actually titled Final Table Preview at the WPT LA Poker Classic Invitational. This one's going to get checked around live straddle, and I'll get to that Gus Hansen comment here in a section. $600 pot here. 5-5-3. Well, Kenna's open-ended here.
Yeah, nobody else has got anything.
And he's going to come out and bet. He's going to bet $275, Dave. So, again, another little small bet.
And notice how much he's betting, how much he's risking to win the pot. He's not over-betting it.
Good. He's going to take it down here again. Gus Hansen was talking about in tournament poker how when people get down to short-handed, that they tend to overvalue aces, not pocket aces, but ace rag. He was actually giving an explanation as he made a big call on Antonio, the magician, at the LA Poker Classic. Not at the LA Poker Classic, but some event a couple of years back,
right,
when he had 8-10 suited, and he called all in. Gus called all in because he was getting about 1.75 to 1 on his money. And when you think of it, when you've got one of those suited connectors in the middle, you are not, it's almost a coin flip against ace rag. Ace deuce, ace 3, something like that. It's just a question of you put the guy in a range of hands.
I mean, I guess if your stack can handle the, losing a few chips, obviously you're an underdog to an ace.
Right.
But
very slight, though. It's probably like 53-47, something like that.
Really? Is it that bad?
Yeah. If you take ace 3, ace 4 offsuit and put it up against 8-10 suited or 9-10 suited, I think it's about, it can't be, I don't think it's more than 55. Well, how about I go into the Pokulator and check it out?
Check it out.
Mike's flopped 2 pair here. 10s and 6s, and he is going to take it down.
Once again, we're live at the bike, folks. I'm David Tuckman here with Bart Hansen, and you're watching No Limit Hold'em.
We're at that stage of the night, Dave, where it's gone back up to 95 degrees here in the room. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing.
Not sure how to take that comment.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Look at that. I think Ed is actually here. We haven't seen him in a while.
I haven't seen him for a long time here. I think he's been busy with his business.
You need more, Alan? Wait for refund. Appreciate it. More than 69. The white alone is 6. How you doing tonight? Better?
It's interesting. We've got an email here from Marty Wright talking about.
Christian's going to raise it up here with king, queen, offsuit. Makes it 175 to go. Mo's going to call.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see this. Actually, well, it's still to Ken, he's still thinking about it.
Yeah, we can't see his cards over there in seat 4.
He's not going to get involved. And is Mike going to get involved? I mean, do you really want to call? No, he doesn't want to get involved. Good lay down by Mike.
Well, Christian is the pre-flop raiser. Oh, excuse me. Mo made the re-raise, and he's going to take it down.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Mo re-raised.
Mo re-raised with 8s.
Yep, pocket 8s. Well, again, he's picking his spots, picking on that player.
Exactly.
Obviously, if that guy comes back over the top of him, he's probably going to know that his 8s are, easily can go in the money. Marty Wright emails us regarding the Poker Players Alliance, and I've heard a little bit about that, Dave. He was talking about how there's a bill floating around the House right now, the House of Representatives, concerning internet poker. Now, I heard about this bill as well. I'm not really too privy to what it's all about, but it's an interesting concept, the Poker Players Alliance. I think it's kind of like a players' union or something like that. Something like that.
I don't know who these congressmen are kidding.
Yeah,
they play more internet poker than anybody else.
I still think that. I mean, I think the power in blocking those types of bills are in the lobbyists that are hired by, like, say, party gaming, right? I mean, are you kidding me? You think party gaming is gonna allow a bill like that to go through without heavy resistance?
Of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, you realize that a lot of the money that is involved in those big internet sites is American money.
Yeah.
And
you guys You guys know Kenny Cook? You don't know Kenny Cook?
It's like the most random. He's just like Mr. Non Sequitur.
He actually works on a railroad. Well, all over really, Kansas City, back east, Indianapolis. Oh, I know him.
And I think Mike raised it.
Yeah,
Mike raised it with
King Deuce. Bonnie called, Mo called. Wow, look at that flop from Mike. And Bonnie's got top pair, and she's got the ace of spades, Dave.
Yeah, this could get ugly. We'll see what happens.
Mike's gonna bet 500 here. He's betting a little under the size of the pot with bottom pair and a flush draw. And look at the odds there. Well, with Mo in the hand, and Bonnie here is gonna pop it up with ace 10. And is Mike's hand big enough again to go over the top?
I think it is.
She makes it 1,500, and he moves all in. And boy, are you in trouble here with ace 10. I mean, it's almost a situation where he could be doing this with a pair and a flush draw, but what if he's got an overpair, Dave?
It's a real tough spot. And you see Bonnie's 55-45. She knows what Mike has. It's an easy call, especially with the money in the pot already.
Yep. The pot, I want to say that the pot basically is about 2,800 plus Mike's all in. It's probably about $8,000 pot, 5,000 a call. I want to say.
So she's getting, she's probably getting 1.7 to 1 on her money.
Yeah.
With these odds, obviously she should call.
Yeah.
But what happens if she's up against jacks, queens, or kings?
She folds ace 10 face up, and Mike shows the deuce of spades.
Well, if he shows the deuce of spades there, I think it's probably pretty obvious that he probably had the deuce of spades with another spade.
Well, I can see that the turn card was the king of hearts, Dave. So.
Now the funny thing is, a lot of people would go, "Well, he should have just slow played. Maybe we got paid off." The king comes up. That's going to kill his action anyway. The only card that comes off where Mike actually makes money is a deuce. I love the play by Mike there. He puts her to the test. And she can't call, really she can't call there unless she's got a huge overpair or a set. Maybe two pair, but the flop is what? 10-3 deuce?
All right, it's coming. She likes when I say that.
Mike's aggressive play. He's gotten Jonas to lay down the best hand, and now he's gotten Bonnie to lay down the best hand.
Well, this is little raise here by Kenna, and Mike made a smooth call, and these two are heads up here. Ace-8 of diamonds against King Jack. And actually, who raised this pre-flop? I'm trying to get confirmation.
Kenna actually did raise.
He did.
Right.
Check. Turns an ace.
Yeah, and Mike is now drawing dead. No, sorry. Mike can catch 10.
And now Kenna checks again, and Mike bets, and Kenna check calls here. So Kenna's played this one a little bit.
Mike needs a 10 and only a 10.
River's a 9. And let's see if Mike's going to bluff at it again. He does. He's going to bet 800 into a pot, Dave, that's about, I want to say maybe 13. It's about a $2,000 pot, 800 for Kenna to call here. Now, Kenna, his kicker does not play here. If Mike had an ace, they would chop it up.
And you call 800 hoping for a chop?
Or, in this case, a stone cold bluff. Remember, it went check on the flop.
And that's just got to go through your head. You got to go, okay, well, maybe 25% of the time, Mike's got a 7. Maybe 25% of the time, Mike's got an ace. And maybe 50% of the time, Mike's bluffing. You almost have to call this, don't you?
All right.
Yep, there it is.
King Jack. That's what I did say your hand. You knucklehead. You donk. Come on, 7.
I mean, it's one of those things you really got to put Mike on a range of hands, and you go, okay, maybe he's got a 7. But that's the only hand that he's going to bet the river, and I'm losing to. I mean, I guess obviously a full house, queen's.
Right, like you said, Well, you never know. I mean, I'll play a little devil's advocate with you, though, too. It's a good bet to bet an ace there, to try to bet a guy off of a chop pot as well, right? What do you think?
So, but let's say 30% of the time Mike's got an ace.
Right.
Maybe 30% of the time he's got a 7. Well, then the other 30% of the time he's got to have what? Nothing?
Right out the gate. Huh?
King Jack.
That's funny.
That's strong.
300.
That is strong.
We got a raise here by Jonas with Queen 10 of diamonds in late position, 300. And multi-way action here, $1,200 pot.
A lot of diamonds
Yep,
out there.
diamonds
folks.
represented here. Ace, 4, queen, and Jonas has got the best hand here with second pair. And he did not bet there when it got checked to him.
Well, now he's picked up a diamond draw, and Mike has a diamond draw also.
And now it gets checked to Jonas, and now he's going to bet.
And if Mike calls and he hits his diamond, he's in really bad shape.
Jonas bets 1,000 here. It's about a pot-sized bet.
And is Mike going to maybe sense out a little weakness and raise him? No, he's not going to get involved.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Jonas obviously saw what Mike was throwing away. And he goes, no, please, call. I check. I changed my mind.
I would have shot myself if I grabbed under the diamond. Oh, no. You try and get it.
Again, you can email us at live@thebike.com. We're here and we're sponsored by PokerForever.net tonight. Check out their $600 free roll daily free roll tournaments every day at 4 Eastern time. Just play 40 rake points in those 24 hours. You can get into that. And 2 daily $400 free roll tournaments at 2 and at 8 Eastern. Check it out.
PokerForever.
You can use the deposit code BIKE and get a 40% deposit bonus. BIKE. Got a live straddle here by Corporation Mike, and Bonnie's going to bring it in under the gun with jacks, and no one's going to play with it.
How rude. Nobody's going to play with it?
Hey, Mo.
I'm just having the most awful time with this optical mouse, Dave. Look at this.
We'll have to buy a new optical mouse.
Yeah. Man.
That'll probably crack into about 20% of our 2006 budget. But hey, we'll have to invest.
Give my seat to anyone every day. I'm doing. Sometimes I want it.
You know, it's funny. Actually, anyone who's a PlayStation player, PlayStation 2, I actually asked people out there a couple months back. I don't know if anyone remembers about what's a good tennis game for PlayStation. They're like Top Spin. And I'm playing that game, and I love it. I'm already ranked #1 in the world. And I refuse to play on clay. I don't play on clay. But hard court and grass, I'm there.
You see what I have to deal with, everybody? You see what I have? I mean, this is Monday through Friday, 7 to 10. I'm in this booth with Bart.
Look at Gore. He's raised it up here with deuce 7 offsuit from seat 3. He re-raised, it looked like. He re-raised Christian. He's really trying to play the player here, and we get a $1,200 pot. Raised by Christian and re-raised by Gore. Oh, and Christian's hit a set of 10s, and he's checked, and Gore's only bluffing now. He's going to bet 800 here. Oh, he is basically drawing dead.
You know what?
He would need running clubs here. That's what he needs.
The interesting thing is, I mean, Gore is playing the player there, and if Christian misses his set, you imagine.
Well, Christian check raises, and obviously Gore gets a lot of his information right away.
Yeah, right away. I mean, even if he calls, I think Gore might be done with it.
Yeah.
If Christian doesn't hit a set there, you think Gore can get him off the hands? Probably, right?
Well, yeah, even the fucking King Deuce 3. Yeah, he probably would have folded.
He might have folded even a 7 high. You know, possibly putting Gore
on a higher overpair, right?
I jack 10 of clubs.
And he showed Gore the hand. I mean, Christian is by far the most passive player here, isn't he? And the players in the game have realized that, and they're trying to take advantage of him.
The button was over here, C4.
Live the bike. Unedited, unscripted.
Yoshi's in the blind. Yoshi's been pretty quiet here so far tonight. Ken has got snazzy sunglasses on. He looks like a golfer now.
I know.
Sometimes he looks like a cowboy. Now he looks like a golfer. He put on the Poker Forever shirt and collar, and he's got the cap.
What did Bonnie just hire him?
Well, Mike raised it up with pocket sixes, and Yoshi made a smooth call with ace-queen suited. Mike checks. And Yoshi's going to bet here. Blind against blind here, folks. You bet 600. And Mike's going to call.
And this spot is quickly $1,500, folks.
Well, I guess if Mike puts him on ace-queen, Dave. Oh, the turn is a set card for Mike. And he's going to bet right into the turn. He hopes Yoshi might have ace-king here. He bets 900 here. And if Yoshi's going to make a move here, he's in big trouble.
I like the bet, though. Kind of make it look like a move.
Yep. Check, call, bet the turn.
And Yoshi's not going to get involved here. And it hasn't been Mike's night in the sense of, like, if Yosh actually had king-queen or ace-king there, you wonder if Yosh gets away from it.
It's not like a weak bet on
Against Mike.
We're going to call you and bet the turn.
And Mike was about halfway truthful there.
Right.
How about, I thought it was a weak bet, so I'd call you, hit my set, and then bet the turn.
Right.
It's going to come.
Now, does Mike bet it if he doesn't hit his set?
I mean, that's what he said. I don't know.
Made it a lot easier when he hit his set, though, huh?
I mean, the only thing that you can really beat there is ace queen. Well, I guess Mike raised and Yosh called, so you never know.
Got about 30 minutes left in tonight's show.
Shadow Creek, huh?
That is a golf course.
Yep. Mike's going to raise here with Jack 3 of clubs. And Mo's going to move all in here with pocket 8s from up front. He's kind of short. Raised by Mike, Yosh calls, and Mo moves all in.
Picks himself up like $700 in dead money there.
Yep.
Mo's been real quiet tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Funny thing is Mo was telling me actually that, you wouldn't be, he wants to actually develop kind of a looser image, Dave. And he was saying that, we'll get to that in a second. We're going to look at another chip count.
Almost 57,000 on the table,
Kenneth's got 14,000. Let's take a look at how these players are doing right now.
Well, Kenneth's the big winner, 2,800. Strong. Remember, he won that big $2,000 pot with just a pair of 8s. Jonas is now at 2,500.
Mike, parentheses, Corp. That's probably always been there, but I still get a kick out of it.
Corporal.
Yeah.
Corporal Mike. And Yosh now is suddenly down $1,300. I got to tell you, I mean, I really do respect Yosh's game, but I'm surprised I don't really like his game tonight.
Look at this. Gore's raised with pocket kings and gets 2 callers here. Queen,
oh,
deuce, 4.
no. Allen's going broke.
And Allen's got king, queen. He's got that trouble hand, and he's in trouble.
Allen's going broke.
Gore bets here. He's going to bet 1,000 on this flop. Pretty draw heavy here. And, yeah, I think Allen's not going to get away from this one, Dave.
Allen's going broke.
He asked for how much more he has. Well, at this point, if he's bet 1,000, Dave, and Gore has 800, you might just put him in it. I mean, you're not going to pay. You're not going to lose any more.
And sure enough, Allen does that. He puts in $1,800. The pot is quickly about 4,400.
God, this would be such a bad beat if a queen came turns a 9.
Yeah, queen and only a queen, folks.
Here we go to the river. Oh,
no,
it's an ace. I was almost expecting it, Dave.
Were you?
From what we've seen, I was almost expecting it.
And we talk about king queen all the time. You're going to lose a big pot or win a small one, folks.
Oh, so what I was saying is that Mo actually came over to me on the side. He said, Bart, don't be surprised if I actually drop some money over the next couple weeks. I'm doing it for kind of an image thing.
Well, I mentioned that on Friday's show.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Mo took a beating last Friday. I want to say Mo lost like $9,000 on the show, and I was saying, obviously I don't think Mo ever wants to lose $9,000.
Right.
But I do think that he wants to return an image to that action Mo.
He also wants to get money circulating back into the game as well, because he knows it's eventually all going to come back to him. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, this is really interesting here. We get an email from Paul Fishman talking about Bonnie there.
Yep.
And we'll get to the email in just 1 second.
Pocket kings here for Jonas in the big blind. Gore limped in with queen jack suited. Wow, and Bonnie's going to raise it up with ace 5 offsuit. Look at this. Yosh is going to call with pocket 4s, and let's see what Jonas is going to do with kings here. He's going to make a re-raise.
13.
He makes it 1,300.
I'm thinking about it.
And you see how Jonas does not get cute? He doesn't just smooth call with a player in between.
Yeah.
He's going to raise it up, and he's going to take it down.
Yeah, it's interesting, like you said, it's also sometimes like Bonnie's almost playing it a little bit like a tournament. I mean, she'll bring in ace rag for a raise, but oftentimes we will be proponents of bringing in a hand like 8-9 suited. It has a lot more value for bringing in for a raise than ace rag,
Especially in a no-limit cash game.
Yeah.
Ace rag is garbage. Now here we go. Bonnie, from Paul Fishman, Bonnie is understating her poker abilities. She can play cash games and tournaments, especially stud 8 or better, Raz and stud. She plays mostly small tournaments because she is so busy all the time. but she gets a long way on a regular basis and also has 2 World Series cashes.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Thank you very much, Paul Fishman. Appreciate that.
I mean, that's strong.
He actually has a Hendon Mob link here, too.
And I guess that's for
Bonnie.
Bonnie, yeah.
Flipped around here, 4-way action, $200 pot.
Jack 9-8.
It's actually 5-way action.
So it's a $250 pot. And the best hand, I think, right now, well, now the king is out there. Actually, the best hand still is Yosh with 8-5, right? Yeah, it is.
Checked around again. The river here is a king.
And that changes nothing here. Yosh is going to take this down with kings and eights.
We've had so many hands tonight, Dave, where people have just missed everything all the way around.
Yeah, it's funny. Some nights we've got, like, one guy's flopping 2 pair, the other guy's flopping a set, the other guy's flopping a straight. Tonight it's kind of been none of that.
Yeah, Bonnie Damiano, excuse me. And
Damiano Linos.
Yeah, she's cashed in 2,000, 1,500 Raz, and 97 and 2,500 7-card stud high-low split.
Wow. Looks like she's got a lot of tournament cashes there.
Live straddle here. So it's going to be $100 to call. Gore straddling. $44,000 all time in tournament wins.
Looks like she also used to be a redhead.
Yeah. Bonnie's going to raise it up here with ace-10 of diamonds to 300. Now Jonas calls with pocket 6s.
I tell you, Jonas is really playing it. I mean, he almost plays it 95% of the way straight, and then he kind of picks 1 or 2 spots a game to mix it up.
Christian's in there with pocket 3s. Jonas actually has 8-6 offsuit, not pocket 6s. King 8-9 here, and Jonas has the best hand. And it gets checked around. Jonas does not bet out here. Turn is another 8. Now he's got trips.
And he's got this hand pretty much won now.
Well, I got to think that if it got checked to him twice anyways, he was probably going to bet.
Yeah.
Anyways. And now he bets. He's going to bet 500.
I mean, he happened to make trips here, but it doesn't make a difference.
It's funny, again, Bonnie leads out there on the flop. That's not the flop that Jonas is looking for, is it? Although, the flop is so draw heavy that, you might call there with 6-8 again. Basically, you have a small draw to hitting 2 pair or trips, but you're not necessarily calling with the strength of your hand, but because the board is so draw heavy, you can represent a whole bunch of things. You can get her off at ace king or king queen.
Yeah, definitely a way to play it.
What if the 10 of clubs came on the turn?
Yeah.
And she had ace queen of hearts?
It's a great point. I mean, we saw earlier, Jonas actually made a play on her earlier.
Right.
He got her to lay down the better hands.
Right.
So, straddled here from Kenna James. Mike calls. Yosh calls. Christian calls.
Is that right?
Mo is not going to call, but Gore's going to tap the table, and so is Kenna. And we're going 5 ways, $500 pot, folks. 666. Look at the devil is here, folks.
What? 500.
Oh.
500.
Wow.
Wow, Mike.
And Mike loves 6s.
That is amazing.
That is
Mike's loves 6s.
Wow.
I totally forgot.
Unbelievable.
We're not allowed to talk about it, so
Yeah.
we won't say anything, but Mike likes 6s.
Mike,
And look at that, and now Mike's got 6s full of aces.
well, so does Christian. Mike bets here.
Now, if you're Christian here, can you raise or do you just call?
I haven't even been watching. What are the cards? What are the cards?
Look at that. Wow, he wins $2,500 there, folks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Plus, he's going to chop this pot up.
Are you telling me none of those cards have come out in the last since I've been here?
I don't know what Kenna's cards are.
A deuce, 3, 8, or jack.
Mike's going to bet again. Christian's going to call, and they're going to chop it up.
Minimum 12.
Oh, minimum 2?
Minimum 2. One of them is there. You don't get
So
money.
2 is what?
2 is 100. If they are the same color, 200. If 3 of them comes there, then
There you go.
So 2 of the same
I don't know
color
what they're
is
talking
300?
about.
Right?
200? 1, 2, or 5, that's all there is?
yeah, 1 to 5.
Button moves over to seat
1,
2,
2,
Bo.
5, and you got the maximum?
That's right.
That happens so rare.
But
You're
you get
sick.
500 each. 2,000.
We actually had a guy email us about.
That's the only way you're going to win.
He used to work for EA Sports.
That's right. That's right.
I can't believe we didn't take him up on the honor.
Someone actually emailed me here, David Stanfield, saying that Smash Court Tennis 2 by Namco is better than Topspin. Well, it was hard enough for me to find Topspin. I found it over at GameFly because, tennis games aren't the most popular, Dave, in the world. It's not like Madden 2006.
Yeah, the problem with Smash Court Tennis 2 is they only have clay court games.
Right, okay.
So, no good for you.
Wow, Kenna and Mike are in the hand here. We got a live straddle by seat 5. Kenna completes, and Mike raises with queen 8. Wow, here we go. Heads up, 9-5-3.
Thank you.
And Kenna's actually automatic. Kenna throws out a bet there and takes it down.
Wow, how about that?
6-6-6.
Yep.
That was good.
The devil.
How much you put the dealer? 200.
Wow, that's strong.
And I'm stuck.
PokerForever.net. Check it out. Hey, I'm going to go and check here, Dave. I'm going to be angry if some other people haven't registered. For my knockout tournament on the LA poker scene, $10 tournament, Dave. And think of the overlay, $100 bounty on my head. 10 plus 1 with a $100 bounty on my head. LA poker scene is called the Knockout Bart Tournament this Sunday at 3:30 Pacific time.
So we're talking about a 10% free overlay.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is knock you out.
Huge.
Wow.
Are you serious?
I pick up some outs.
And flop here. There we go. Wow, what a terrible river here. It's 7. And I want to say Kenna has made a straight.
Yeah.
Mike's got absolutely nothing, though.
Kenna had the nut straight there. Nut straight. Knockout Bart. It's over there. I'm registered at the LAPokerScene.com.
Jack comes, I raise 1,000.
It's a big overlay, guys. I mean, if you got like 40 people in the tournament, price was $400 with a $100 bounty on my head.
Hey, I'm going to be there. I'm playing. I mean, Sunday, March 12th, I would play here, play Winning of the Green, but it's Ladies' Day on Sunday, March 12th.
Right.
So I am going to be home playing LA Poker Scene against you.
Is your wife playing the Lips Tour?
I am actually going to, I want her to play. I offered to put her into the tournament on Sunday, and I'm really hoping she plays. So I think she can kick some female butt.
Gore raised it up here to 300. Jonas called with pocket 5s, and Mike has got Gore dominated with hearts. Here we go. 3 ways, $900 pot. 979 here. Gore's got, this has missed everyone.
Yeah, Jonas is the best hand here.
See if Jonas comes out and bets here into Gore, and he does. He's going to bet 600 here.
And Gore and Mike have absolutely nothing here.
But Mike calls. Mike is going to call
Mike
with
calls out of
ace-jack. Turns a 6.
I changes nothing now. I mean, Jonas has got a gut shot straight draw.
And it goes check here on the turn, and the river's a 4. And it's going to go check, and again, Jonas did not want to build up a pot there with pocket 5s.
You think that? I actually think that I think he was checking to induce a bluff there against Mike. We'll have to ask him. I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, so what? I mean, at what point? So he was going to call any bet with any river card?
I think he would have called a big bet by Mike. I really do.
With an 8. So if an ace or come or jack would come.
No, maybe not. Not if an ace or right. If an ace or jack comes, maybe he throws it away. But
I just think that there's a lot of overcards there.
Definitely, but I don't think Mike bets if he just hits his overcards. If Mike hits a jack there, is he going to bet it? No, he probably checks it down because he doesn't need to bet it. I don't know. I mean, maybe Jonas was trying to control the pot size. That might have been his thinking as well. But I do think that he checked to induce a bluff. Obviously, we'll never know.
Or we could ask Jonas.
We could ask him. You're right.
No. What's up, bro?
You know what?
Mike is going to raise.
I'm going to go ask him.
Right now?
Right now. I'm going to ask him. The hands were seen.
Can you turn the air conditioning up a little bit when you
walk
over there, too? 744 here on the flop.
The Rock is in the house.
Mike here. He's bet out with queen 7. He's going to take it down. Top pair. And Dave is gone and he's asked Jonas. There he is. There's the back of his head.
Yeah, before for that, you bet, right? 200. It has to be over 600, right? It's already 600 there plus blind.
Looking very white. But moves over there to Bonnie in seat number 6.
You got Mo here, otherwise you would have gotten away with it.
I guess Dave got his answer. Got about a half an hour left in the show. Still time for emails. Emails at livethebike.com. You can follow live threads starting the internet. Go to 2plus2.com. They've revamped their site. Look under forums. Go to tournaments, World Poker Tour, etc. Live at the Bike thread for March 8th. 25-50 no limit hold'em. We got a raise here by Gore with pocket fours. Mike called and Bonnie called. Ace King 7. Gore made it 225 to go, and now he's going to bet 500 into this board, and he's going to take it down.
Yeah, he had the best hand actually. Now I asked Jonas. It was funny. I go, okay, so did you check the blunt? You check the turn to control pot size or to induce a bluff? And he looks at me, and goes, both. I go, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is actually obviously the right answer. But he did say I said he actually kind of confirmed both our thing there. If he bets the turn there big and he gets check raised, he has to throw his hand away.
Don't I look snazzy? I'm sorry.
You do. You look cool. I mean, really cool. Super cool, I say.
I just want to know what the range of river cards that come that he does not call the river with.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him, I go, are you going to call a big bet on the river? He goes, obviously it depends on the card that comes off, but he goes, yeah, I was prepared to.
Got a raise here by Kenna James with ace jack of clubs, it looked like. Where?
Get a little better. You raised? No one here.
Kenna raised.
I didn't see no hand.
Here we go, the flop.
So the pot is how much right now?
It's about, I think he only made it 200, so it's about a $1,000 pot.
Wow, $1,000 pot.
Gets checked around on the flop, the turn's a 3. And Jonas did not, well, he was up front, and now he still has not bet with the queen. And now he's flabbergasted, he's actually pissed, and now he's got trip queens. And now it's a really great value bet here, because you hope maybe somebody pays you off with a 6 or something like that.
Ken's thinking about it with ace-jack.
Pocket 8s or pocket 9s.
Kenna might pay him off. Remember, the pot is now 1,400,
right.
400 to call.
I saw that Jonas, he actually flipped his hands up in disgust when no one bet the turn, Dave.
Yeah.
I think he was actually looking to check raise the turn.
Now, the thing is, there's no way you can put Jonas on a queen here. So you say, what, is he going to bet a 6? Would he bet a 6? Would he bet a 4? Would he bet a 3? And that's what Ken is probably thinking about, but he's not going to call.
Steal? Hard to steal from 5 players.
You would have got paid if you didn't ask 2 raise before the flop.
I didn't have a hand when I asked that.
But when you asked...
Interesting what Ken says there, huh?
No, exactly. I agree with you. I'm just saying, so whether you want to call or didn't call, who knows at this point. But at this juncture.
How does that change? You put me on a strong hand because of that?
It'll put you on a stronger hand. In other words, if you had like deuce 6, you wouldn't have cared.
I would have. I still would have.
Button's over there in Jonas' hand. He's got ace 9 of clubs in seat 9.
Absolutely. I asked after
You would have called deuce 6?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I asked the question after I called.
Just going to limp there, Dave, on the button with ace 9 of clubs.
I agree with you, but you know, I understand what you're saying. You don't understand. I put you on a stronger hand by asking.
Well, Gore's flop trip 5s.
Jack 5 here.
Might not
And again, you know, we talk about how Jack 5 is going to be a little bit different because you might commonly have somebody else with a 5 out kicked here.
What, like 5-4?
Right. Well, not 5-4. And Mo makes the call here. And Mo's actually going to check raise with 6s here.
Well, he's in bad shape. Well, you know what? Gore came out and bet his trip 5s, kind of disguised the strength of his hand by betting it straight out.
I think this is a little bit of an informational check raise here. You know, if Gore goes over the top, Mo's going to easily fold.
What if Gore just calls him still?
Yeah.
What does Mo do on the turn?
Well, you know, a 6 is going to come on the turn.
Oh, okay.
They got this place in Germany. I can't wait to go
That's
back.
convenient.
There's 2 places, 3 places, 2 or 3 places in Germany. I can't wait to go back to.
Mo's got a lot of money now. But actually, Gore does not.
Baden-Baden, Neuschwanstein, and
So Mo's playing this game probably about 8,000-9,000.
drive up there and the whole thing, yeah, the castle, the bridge, and the town.
Obviously, Gore's just thinking of how to play that. I think he's smooth calls.
Yep, Gore makes the call.
And now, this is the question. What does Mo do on the turn?
Turns a 3rd heart.
Oh, that's a terrible card from Mo there.
And now it's a $400 bet and a call by Gore. And here we go to the river. The river's an 8. And Mo bets 400 again, and Gore's probably going to call again.
I think Gore's going to raise.
You think so?
Well, we'll see.
No, he calls.
No, he just calls. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a third heart. You're right.
Surprised that Mo just like tried to make a little stop bet there on the river, because I didn't think he possibly could think that his hand was good there after the heart came. Thought maybe you need to bet more to bluff him off. It's interesting though, because I had a hand a little bit similar to that I talked about on the show, where I bet out with trips, Dave, and the flop was 4-4 deuce, and I got check raised and we were playing really deep. Now I had 6-4.
Okay.
That's a little bit different, say, you know, because of that. Jack is most likely going to play.
Yeah, more often than not. I mean, to me, the only reason I was saying that maybe you put a little value raise there is because, well, Mo was betting really small amounts, as if he wasn't really comfortable with his hand.
I can't see how you possibly could get called there.
Yeah.
You know?
Once again, we always talk about, though, I always try to point out there is value for
Right.
not showing your cards.
Right. But you always have to balance that value with the fact that you're opening it up to expose your stack, right?
Right. The only thing with Gore, though, Gore doesn't have much money there. Gore only had maybe another, like, I think 12, 1,300 there. I don't know. I mean, obviously you can debate these plays here.
Jack 5-7 here with a couple spades. It's an interesting point. I actually remind me because I want to get to it at the end of the
Ken has got a double gutter here. Doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He just a gut shot. I'm sorry.
Gore bet. Kenna made the call with the gut shot, and Mike raised on the second pair here. And Mike's in horrible shape.
How many times you gotta tell them?
And look at all these players. They keep trying to bluff Gore. And Gore is the recipient of all this bluffing, huh? Nice. And if you're Kenny here, can you take one up? I mean, there's 2 spades out there. Now you've got 2 more players involved. Maybe one of those players is a jack, but maybe the other guy's got a straight or a flush draw possibility. And do you really want to be in there trying to hit one of your, hit the gut shot, hit the 9? I mean, if a 9 of spades comes off, you really can't play it too aggressively.
I told them to.
Imagine Ken is probably going to throw this away now, then.
Well, Gore makes the call. Here we go to the turn.
Oh, my.
Oh, the turn is a 9.
Kenna would have made
Kenna would have made the straight.
Kenna would have made the straight and get a shot at Ken in there.
Check on the turn.
He's probably sick.
And it's going to get checked down here, but Queen Jack is good. Oh, man.
And that's the perfect turn card there. It's not the 9 of spades. Look at Ken.
And again, like you said, it's a 2 suit there, so, you know, 9 of spades comes. But what I was going to say was, actually, I think you saw me in a hand. If you or your opponent are actually short chipped, you can make a value raise because of the fact it almost brings it back to almost like a limit game because there's no more money left. Did you see me raise the river with ace-king against that guy?
I did, actually.
And did you think that was a good play?
I thought it was a great play.
Yeah. He only had about $400 left. I actually only had 2 pair. I might not have done it if we were 3,000 deep. It was a Broadway board, but I figured I had the best hand and it was worth it to risk an extra $300 or $400.
Right, exactly.
You know.
I mean, I'm a big proponent of the value bet. I mean, I think if Gore value bets there, he probably doesn't get called, but you never know. You never know. Ken is raising this up, huh?
Ken is going to make it 600 here.
He's re-raising Bonnie here.
But look at this. Bonnie raised it
with ace-8.
Under the gun? Or is she in the blind? Yeah, she raised it under the gun with ace-8. Wow.
I mean, that's just...
I mean, she's really, really overvaluing ace-rag here. I mean,
ace-8 offsuit under the gun, I don't even play it.
No.
I don't even play it, not even for a second. Wow, the set for Kenna.
Bonnie's missed. Well, let's see if Kenna expects to bet here. He's drinking some wine. What a $1,200 pot now. Luckily for Bonnie, she's not in there with something like ace-queen.
I mean, your opponent rearranges you out of the blind, and you have ace-8. What do you want to hit?
Right.
I mean, I guess if you put your opponent on kings or queens, okay, your ace is good, but it's not like you're going to make any money off that, though.
I don't get what they say.
Man.
Slide straddle.
When we sit down, it was almost 6 o'clock. We told them it's hot here.
We've only been talking about it for like 3.5 hours. So that's a good response, 3.5 hours. That's a good response time.
The more you guys talk about it, the hotter I get.
Hey, Mo, hey, Corey, he bought you more than one water, right? More. You got extra one? I drank it. I don't care.
$400
Gore's
raise
got,
here.
yeah, Gore's got pocket kings. He's going to make it 400
Is
to
Allen
go.
going to get involved with 9s? He is. And look at that.
Yoshi's in there with 7s.
Yeah.
Mo's in the hand.
Mo's going to call with 6, 9 of clubs.
Yep.
So you got kings, 9, 7s, and 6, 9 of clubs.
$1,600 pot. Here we go.
All right, guys.
Queen,
It's so cold here now.
8-8.
Send it, man.
Yep.
Send
Gore's
it.
still in the lead here.
Now, is Allen going to get involved?
All right.
Great game. I'm glad I joined this.
I check.
Yoshi's, Gore's going to continue to bet here. He's going to bet 800.
Is that
Well,
right?
it's good now.
Right? Huh? Everything's all right now? One glass of wine?
And with the player behind, I don't think Yoshi's going to get involved, but is Allen going to get involved here? Allen's raising, I think.
Drink vodka? No vodka?
Well, Gore's thrown out looks like put a $1,000 bet.
$1,000 bet into a $1,600 pot. So the pot is now $2,600, $1,000
Yep.
to call.
If you could read my...
Man, and you always say this. This is one of the toughest hands to play. Those like 9s, 10s with one overcard.
This is a little bit different, though, because you can't beat an 8 either. So there's one other thing you can't beat.
Right, you can't beat an 8, you can't beat a queen. You also
Plus, there
can't
were
beat
7 people in the hand, too. I mean, if he moves all in, Dave, he's going to move all in. He's on the short stack, and this is going to be an easy call for Gore, I think. And unless Gore gets a sick beat, and we can see one of the 9s is dead. Allen has one out.
What do you want to do?
Alan moves all in.
You want to run it once or 3 times?
And Gore, players have been trying to bluff Gore the last 4 hands, and all he keeps doing is getting money.
Huh? 3 times. Yeah, it does. Okay, do it 3 times.
And they might run it 3 times or 2 times, but it doesn't really make a difference. Allen's got one out, folks.
How big is your hand?
Your equity doesn't change.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to look at everything
Yeah,
else here.
there's
no,
one 9
actually,
dead.
there's not. Christian had Jack 9.
Oh, Allen has no outs.
Allen is pretty much drawing dead to runner straight. Well, that's no good.
There's no more 9s, Allen. No more 9s in the deck, buddy.
No, he needs runner straight, folks.
Oh, there's one of the 7s. Nope.
Yeah.
No, that's 7. Yeah, no, that 7 wouldn't. He couldn't make a running straight there.
Jack 10.
Oh, Jack and then a 10.
Or 10 and the Jack, right.
Right. The 7 didn't do anything.
7 did nothing. He needed exactly a Jack and a 10 or a 10 and a Jack to make it straight. That was it.
Your EV doesn't change no matter how many times you run it.
What if you have a flush draw?
Doesn't matter. Your expected value doesn't change. You may not sweep the pot, but then again, you won't lose the whole pot. Your expected value does not change on the hand.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. All it does.
Who is Jonas explaining that to? Kemma?
Bring your expected value closer to your observed value. So if you should win a certain amount of time, the more
Thank you
times
for your
win it,
email,
the
William
better
Frick.
And that's
Appreciate
exactly, that's exactly why people run the river multiple times here, because it basically reduces variance.
Of course.
So that it does not affect the expected value of the hand in any way.
All I'm saying is,
I didn't know it was
It
Thursday.
doesn't matter. Just to teach. It just
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. People will say, "Oh, I'll only do it 1 or 3 times," or "I'll only run it once if I'm a favorite," or this and that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. All it does is reduce variance. That's it.
300.
Yeah,
You're
and against
Think about it against the board this way, Kenneth.
I'll tell you, Jonas is explaining it better than we could.
And every time, I'll tell you after. Kenneth, so we're flipping points, right? Before. I asked
I tell you, as hot as Allen was, say, a month and a half ago, it's as cold as he's been the last 2 weeks. You know, and it's bound to catch up to the way he plays. You know, he's not going to suck out left and right every time.
what you're saying is true.
You know, he makes bad calls too often to be a winning player.
Stupid math, I'd rather do it 3 times than once. Because I feel like if he hits it once, it's less likely to hit it twice. And then when 2/3 of the pot more.
You're just reducing your variance. You're just reducing the amount of random luck.
Riverboat King on 2+2. That's Jonas.
What I'm saying is it doesn't change if you're going to do it once or twice.
Once again, we are playing No Limit Hold'em. Blinds are 25.50. Got about 10 minutes left in tonight's show. You can catch us tomorrow night for another No Limit Hold'em game, probably maybe our $500 game tomorrow, or maybe smaller game. We're not sure. Kind of leaving it up in the air. Flop is King 4-9, couple of diamonds. And seat number 5, Mike has got the diamond draw, but Yosh is going to bet with Queen 9. He's got second pair.
So you think I was incorrect to make it? No.
Makes it $300, and Mike calls. And we're heads up here, folks. Turn is a jack. And Mike's going to check it, and Yosh is going to check it. The river is an 8. Mike makes a pair, but that's no good. And Yosh is going to win this with a pair of 9s. If it goes to showdown. And let's see what Yosh does here. Yosh is going to put out a... Might be kind of a stop bet. Might be a value bet. Let's see if he gets paid, though.
He's not going to get paid there.
Mike throws it away.
But it doesn't make a difference if you do it 2 or 3 times.
It does.
You don't make some
because
And the discussion continues about running the cards
run the whole time.
multiple times.
There you go.
Thank you. That's all.
If I
That's
have
all
a
I'm
luck draw,
saying.
I don't want to run it at all. Because I need random luck here.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying it doesn't matter 2 or 3 times. Unless you're
What
not
does?
What do you say? If I'm a donkey, I don't want to run it more than once. I need random luck.
Well, if you're a donkey, then you would not want to run the cards because you're usually going to not want to. Variance is your friend if you're a donkey, right?
No, variance is your enemy, actually.
It only matters to you if the money means
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, it's your friend. You're
Variance is your
yes.
friend.
Yeah.
Short-term variance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
the money doesn't matter, it doesn't change.
You gotta get lucky.
Right.
You just want to make sure you win that pot. So you run it 3, right?
Four-way action here, limped around.
Mike is open-ended with 3-5. And not much for anything else. I imagine if, well, actually, Jonas has got top pair, Jack 8.
Well, Mike is going to make a check raise with an open-ended straight draw. He's got 5-3.
And Jonas quickly calls.
Immediately, and Jonas is out of position. Actually, Mike raised it in position. The turn is a king. Mike raised at 400, goes check, check. Mike takes the card, and the river's a 3.
And Mike misses again. He had a diamond draw last time he missed. This time he's open-ended. He misses again.
Yeah.
Jonas is going to take it down, about a $1,600 pot.
Interesting post here by 22 Skidoo. He's talking about that bill. And it's funny, it's an interesting issue because, talking about the internet gambling bill, not only is there a ton of money from lobbyists probably on sites like Party Gaming, but how about the lobbyists that want to shut internet gaming down, like the Vegas lobbyists and casino lobbyists, land-based casino lobbyists?
Even I wonder, though, you're going to tell me that poker on the internet is hurting brick-and-mortar casinos business?
Probably. I don't know.
Come on. Business has never been so good at the bike.
Right.
We've expanded our
Well, and then you
poker
could
room.
also make the argument too that it allows people to get into the game, and then they might go and play. I mean, just overall gambling, I don't think
that's so short-sighted. It's ridiculous. You got to look at it this way: the bike has expanded their poker room.
Right.
I want to say 4 times in the last 3 years.
Right. Look at this, Bonnie bringing it in here again, Dave, with Ace-8 offsuit for 300. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 times here tonight with these hands. Well, she's hit the 8. And Mike has got a straight draw, right?
Yeah, he's got a gut shot. Needs a 5.
Bonnie bets 600, and Mike calls. Mike needs a 5 here. Turns a queen.
Well, can he represent? Wow, she's going to keep betting.
Well, why not? I mean, what is he going to represent here?
Well, sometimes you might want to keep the pot small. I'm not sure. I mean, you're talking about pot, trying to keep it small.
River was
you don't love your hand.
River was a 3rd-8.
There you go.
How much did you raise 3 pop at the game?
If you're Bonnie, you might want to induce a bluff. You know your image. You know the way Mike sees you.
Right.
Maybe you check it. Let Mike bluff into you. Just another way to play it.
Live straddle here by seat number 5.
Play the bane of your existence, that mouse.
This mouse is just killing me. Absolutely killing me.
Once again, you can catch us every Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. We stream live cash games every Monday through Friday. Usually Monday night is limit night. Tuesday through Friday is usually no limit hold'em.
Bonnie raises here with 7s. Jonas is going to make a smooth call with ace-king. Mo is in there. He is dominated with king-queen suited. 3-way action. Here we go. Bonnie's the pre-flop raiser here. Well, let's see if she fires out here. Not a bad flop for 7s. Jack, well, I guess that is good. 2 overcards, excuse me. I thought it was. I thought it was Jack 6-3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it. I'm going,
Yeah.
man, I don't love it if I'm sevens.
Bonnie's gonna bet here. Looks like 600, and Jonas is thinking he's in the tank now. Dude. What is he gonna do?
Well,
He's gonna
Jonas
make a
is in
move.
position. He can call one time and sees what, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He loves to call in position on the
Right.
flop and to see what his opponent does. And if his opponent shows weakness, then he can take it away.
Mo has a gut shot to the 10 with overcards, and he's thinking of what he is going to do here.
And if Mo were to sense a little weakness by both players, and he puts in a big check raise, he'll probably take this down right now.
It's an $1,800 pot. He's not going to get involved with it. Bonnie is still in the lead here. You wonder if she might shut down right now. Well, the turn's at 3.
Well, that's the
harmless.
thing. Wow, and she's not. She's going to keep firing. And I think that's what Jonas was looking for. He was looking to see what she would do on the turn.
She bets 1,900 here.
And that's basically taking all the play out of it. I mean, she's only got maybe 2,500 left.
Well, she's, yeah.
See the check.
Yeah. And this is going to be the last hand of the night, Dave.
I mean, if he moves all in, yeah,
Right,
you could
right.
probably get her off it. That's a huge risk.
Right.
You know, obviously he's calling the flop there, not to hit an ace or a king, I don't think. He's calling the flop to see if maybe she slows
She shuts down.
And if she shuts down, then he can take it away from her.
Button moves over here to seat 2. $300 raised by a quiet Yosh Nakano over there in seat 7.
Looks like William Frick is actually going to be on the Party Poker Cruise. I
Wow.
wish him the best of luck. Bring back millions there, buddy.
Well, maybe we're going to do one more. We're not going to see a flop. We can't end it here, can we? Let's do one more hand. Right? All right, one more hand.
Big blind is going to be Yosh.
Well, I feel good. You know, last few times, even though Gore comes here pretty sporadically, he's been a loser. And tonight, he's
He's had a nice night, actually.
Actually, do we have who is the big winner tonight?
I want to say
final
the
chip
big
count?
winner is probably... Could it still be actually...
Oh, here we go. Chip count.
Well, there we go. $66,000 on the table, folks.
So let's take a look at the differences. Gore, big winner. That's why I was kind of scared. I scared. I was figuring up $5,800. And
it's heads up Yosh versus Mike. We can't see Yosh's cards.
9-10 of diamonds against Queen 8. Yosh has got a gut shot. Mike is actually going to bet out here on this flop.
Imagine this will probably go bet fold here.
Again, Yosh has a gut shot here to the 8. We can see that Mike has one of the 8s.
And he calls. Wow,
Yep.
the pot is now quickly $1,200.
Turns a queen of clubs, and now Mike gets a pair. And he
Hello?
bets again.
Who's there?
And now Yosh is open-ended. Yosh now picks up an open-ended straight draw.
But do you want to just call this?
It's a $1,000 bet here by Mike. I mean, there's 2 spades, 2 clubs.
Wow.
I guess
Yosh
the answer is
call.
yes. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't like this call at all.
Pot's now almost $3,000 as we go to the river. And the river's a 3rd club. Mike checks, and is Yosh going to represent? He's going to try to represent maybe backdoor clubs or something. He's totally missed. It's about a $3,200 pot.
I think Mike has induced this bluff. Yosh is trying to figure out if he has enough money to bluff him out, though. I think that's what Yosh is thinking.
And Yosh is going to move all in. How much is it?
And look at that great inducing bluff
And
there.
Mike instantly called him.
Yeah, he induced the
Instantly.
bluff there.
Wow, Yosh
Great
pretty
play.
much dropped another, I want to say, maybe... That's maybe 2,000.
Yeah, another $2,000 there. And look at
Wow.
that, Mike, who was down $11,000 earlier,
What a great hand to end the
is
night.
probably maybe only down $2,000 now. What a comeback!
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Tomorrow, we usually do kind of a smaller game, but I don't know what the tournament is tomorrow. I think it's actually a no limit hold'em tournament. So if it is, we might do 5-10 no limit, 1,000 no limit. We'll see.
I got to tell you, you look good, really good in that shirt. Yeah, I love it. I might wear this all the time. Poker forever, folks.
Well, for everyone here in the booth and for Dave Tuckman, I'm Bart Hanson. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win. win big, they lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.